So welcome to session 3. And so I'm going to go ahead and go through the recap real quick, and then we can get started. So previously, you were summoned to the Belios Nexus Guild for your first mission as novices. You spoke with Carl, where you learned information about your mission to find out how an adolescent Kylon got into the city, who was responsible and why, and that you had a week. You investigated the west and northwest gates and learned of Myrrh and Delore. You learned of Delore's love interest, Janice Mosha. You investigated Delore's home to find that he left in a hurry and hasn't returned. You found evidence that another person was with him at the time. You investigated the Mosha farm to find it was burnt to the ground. You found the body of the father and the mother, and presumably the daughter, Janice. You also found the bodies of animals and farm hands out in the fields. You found a metal bracelet on one of the bodies saying Delore and Janice. You paid 5 silvers to have information gathered about the Mosha farm at the Mercantile Record House, where you met Roth Scrade, the clerk. You learned that Delore would be at the Golden Dice for the big game and finally confronted him, able to learn his side of the tale. You returned to your homes and woke up the next morning only to learn of another Kylon attack. As we begin, it's another warm but dark and cloudy day. You can hear heavy rainfall outside. You have learned that there has been another attack in the alley near the stalls in the northwest tenements, the same district as one of the previous attacks. The stalls is an open area where food stalls are common, though none are there today. So I'm going to go ahead and move you to the map. And what do you do?
Why, is it just me, or is it awfully bright out?
I think it's just
It's in the morning, so probably around 7 or 8.
All right, I think we're in for another fight.
Believe so.
Definitely.
Well, be careful. We don't need the sort of firestorm Aragorn Ogun was famous for. It's infamous.
Alrighty, so what are you doing?
We should probably meet up. Let's see if we can
Yep, get equipped and
get ready to fight. Yeah.
Okay, well, I assume you meet up. Where do you meet up? At the library again, or somewhere else?
I would imagine somewhere closer. I imagine we usually have some standard place we'd meet, whether it be some place to eat or something like that.
Okay. And so you're looking for somewhere near where you live, or are you looking somewhere closer to the Sadaga district? Somewhere, so where would that be?
I don't know. This is something that we probably would have been doing for months now. So, I mean,
Okay.
we could assume that there's some sort of nearby tavern we'd usually meet for, or inn, or whatever, some restaurant-y place that we'd normally go for breakfast or something.
Fair enough. Well, you get meals in the tavern where or the inn where you stay at, so we could just say that that everybody meets there. So, all right. So you're having your breakfast, and then what do you do?
Well, let's see. I guess we're gonna have to go investigate these stalls. Where are those on the map?
They're up in the northwest tenements, near the Rose Boulevard, where you had a previous attack.
All right.
All right. So I guess 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it takes you. Let's see. It takes you over an hour to get there, but you do finally find the streets that was described in the letter. And then around you, you see a lot of older buildings. And in front of you, you see the telltale signs of 4 stone bodies. They look like they were probably beggars or at least people without a lot of means based on the clothing. But there they are. So what do you do?
First thing I'm going to do is start looking for tracks.
All right, so you start looking around for tracks. And
I'll go ahead and help.
sure, no problem. And as you're looking, suddenly you see a young Kylon show up on the roof. And it seems to have come from behind this building over here. And as it comes up, it looks at you, and then once it sees you looking back at it, it quickly skitters away. What do you do?
I send Char up really quick to keep an eye on it, and then we start running.
All right.
All right. I'm booking for it.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative.
Well, I didn't make it very far.
So the first thing, Pico, that you notice is that there are two Kylon hiding behind these boxes. It looks like they're waiting there, and you notice because of your passive perception. So I'm going to go ahead and move them up. And now roll initiative for everybody. Let's see, group init.
We got some good initiative. 4, 4, 2. Perfect.
Oh, that's what that line was. Alrighty. So, has everybody rolled initiative?
Yeah.
All right. So we start on round 1. So Pico, you notice the Kylon young standing in the middle as if alone. I don't think you don't think he's realized yet that you know where his allies are, and you see two Kylon young, like I said, hiding behind the boxes, attempting to stay out of sight. So what do you do?
Okay. Well, first thing I'm going to do is yell that there's two young hiding in the boxes ahead. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and attack one of them.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. So I guess I'm probably screwed either way. So I'm going to go ahead and move to here.
All right.
All right.
Okay, you moved, and it obviously the Kylon behind the box is watching you move toward it, and being that close, what are you doing now?
I'm attacking it.
Okay, go ahead and attack.
Let's see. Well, I don't know if I find the right spot for it. Oh yeah, I guess I get to try this for the first time.
Okay, you go to attack it, and you hit.
All right, well that's pretty impressive since I was accidentally rolling at disadvantage.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, so you slash it for 7 points of damage, and you can see the little flowers that seem to be growing from it move around violently as you strike it. Is that the end of your turn?
Nope, I'm going to attack it again.
Okay.
And boy, I really hope these ones don't burst into even more fire than the other ones did.
Hopefully.
All right, so that second hit, it now knows you're trying to attack it and backs away, causing it to miss.
All right, and let's see. I think I'd moved, 6? I'm going to go ahead and pull all the way back to here.
Now, just to clarify any sort of misunderstandings, go ahead and tell everybody how you're doing that. without getting attack of opportunity.
All right. So I have a feat called Mobile. And what Mobile does is I am exceptionally speedy and agile. So I gain the following benefits. Your speed increases by 10 feet. So even when I'm not using feline agility, I can move 40 instead of 30. With feline agility, which I just used, I can move even further. When you use the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement on that turn, which doesn't matter here. But the critical part is when you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not. So even if both of my attacks missed there, I could still disengage from that specific enemy without pulling an opportunity attack. So I could conceivably attack up to 2 enemies that way and be able to pull away from them. Now, if there were 3 or more, might not be so lucky, but I could still reduce how many of them can attack.
All right, thank you for explaining. All right, so the Kylon now knows, now having been attacked, it knows that the ruse is over and proceeds to run out. So let's see, 6. So it runs right up to Ragu and then attempts to use its claws to attack him. And a 21 hits. So Ragu, the claws rake across your side, doing 3 slashing damage and burning for an additional fire damage for a total of 4 damage.
Okay. I didn't even see you roll. Or is
Oh,
is
my
mine
sorry.
locked
It
up?
was in the GM thing. It got a 21.
Oh, okay. I thought my roll 20 was lagging or something.
No, I forgot to change it over. All right, and at this point in time, you, Oreo, you notice that a figure come from behind you, and you can just at the last moment you notice as it attempts to claw you, and we'll see if it's successful. It has advantage because it was attacking from hiding, but we'll see if that's good enough. 19, which hits, I believe. So it slashes you in the back, doing... Oh, sorry. Slashes you back, doing 2 points of damage. 1 from its claw and 1 from the fire. All right. Oh, my apologies. I had to move another one. He stands still for now. All right, Galen, you notice that there's suddenly more of the Kylon than you realized. And you can see that Oreo is being attacked from behind. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go help with that. 1 second.
And
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna attempt to use shock and grasp on the Kylon in front of me.
let me fix that one. There we go. All right, go for it. All right, you go to use shocking grasp, but it sees you coming and easily avoids your grasp.
Okay, and since I'm kind of squishy, I'm actually gonna. Oh, I can't retreat without incurring an attack of opportunity, huh?
That's correct.
All right, I'll just stand there then.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu, you've just been attacked by the young Kylon, who ran right up to you. What are you going to do?
Alrighty, Char's gonna fly down here and flitter in his face and swoop back, giving me the help action, and I am going to attack him with my weapon.
Okay, you do so, and as the owl flies and disrupts the Kylon, and you take that opening to attack, the Kylon in the back here, he's watching the bird curiously. Go ahead and make your attack. And that's a critical hit. You do 10 points of damage. But as you can see that it's badly wounded, there's a giant gash that's leaking this red fluid, but it is still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm going to go ahead and use my offhanded attack.
Okay.
Punch!
And it's again a critical hit. Although it should have been, you shouldn't have had advantage because that only applies to your next attack.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But anyway, that's fine. You still
Yeah, I
hit.
needed to click off of that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay. All right, and then brass knuckle punch.
You do another 5 points of damage, which is just enough to take him out. And as he does so, you see this explosion of white light, and anybody within 2 hexes will need to make a DC 10 Dex save. So that is Ragu and Pico.
Sorry, my friend Pico. These guys are exploding a little bigger, eh?
Great, just as long as they don't burn this city down in the process.
So Ragu, you've taken 3 points of damage, fire damage, and Pico, go ahead and make your save. Pico manages to get out of the way. Alrighty. And let's see what. The owl notices a Kylon coming out from behind some trash and running towards you. And so far, it has run to a point behind the building, but then the owl notices it continues to dash and runs right up to you.
All right, I have an oddball question, and I don't know if I can do it. I don't think so, but I'll ask anyway.
Sure. It's not your turn, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I saw it because my owl's right there, and he could telepathically tell me right there that it's coming, it's right here around the corner.
Right.
This guy isn't expecting me to know he's there.
Okay.
Can I just like hold my sword out or my fist out or something and kind of catch him on the way around? Or
well, you've already made your attack, and if you wanted to hold an action, you would have to take your action and then hold it with. And you could say, "Oh, I'm going to attack somebody that come around a corner," but since you've already attacked, you can't do that.
Okay. I didn't think I could. I just figured I'd ask. I didn't know if it'd be a reaction since he's running right up.
Fair enough. All right, so the second Kylon that was hiding behind the boxes runs forward a bit, and then its mouth opens and fire spews forward at Ragu. And he should not have advantage, so that's a 12. Which does a 12 hit?
No, it does not.
Yeah, I should have brought that thing out. No problem. All right, Oreo, you've been attacked from behind. What are you going to do?
I take out my rapier and attack it.
All right, you're very quiet.
Sorry, I really can't talk that loud, you guys, today, so I'm gonna have that.
Oh, are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. But can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it's good enough. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, you strike with your rapier, but it skims along his tough hide and doing no damage.
I can only pull out one weapon at a time, right? For each turn?
Yes, unless you have the dual weapon feat, and then you can pull them both out.
Yeah, but we went into this knowing there was a fight expecting one, and we saw one on the roof and had time to move. I'd imagine we've got our weapons in hand already.
That's fair.
Okay, so I'll use one of my daggers for the offhand.
Okay. That hits.
Okay, that, and then...
All right, so you stab him for 4 points, plus your sneak for 6. And yep, that definitely hurt it, but it is still at more than half health.
Okay, and I see quit.
All right, Devok, you can see that everybody is engaged in battle. You can see that Ragu has been hurt and Oreo's been slightly hurt, what are you going to do?
I'll move to here. And then I'll cast Bane on. Hold on. Cast Bane on 3, 6, and 4.
Okay.
Actually, 4, 6, and 1. Let's do that.
Fair enough. Let's see, group save, and that is wisdom, right?
Yeah.
And what is your spell DC?
My spell DC.
Actually, I think it's charisma.
12.
It looks like
Also,
it's a 12. All right.
But
And
it's
is it charisma? It is charisma. So
Yeah.
let me redo that. There we go. You can ignore the damage, but it looks like Kylon 1 failed. And so you can then remember that effect when Kylon 1 goes. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, it is.
All right, Kylon 1 is now going. So you notice that Kylon 1 seems to be paying a lot of attention to Ragu for some reason, but it's just standing there. All right, Kylon 4 is going to attempt to attack Oreo. And with a 6, he fails miserably as Oreo dances out of the way. All right, Ire. All of your allies are engaged in battle. Ragu has been hurt, and Oreo slightly hurt. What are you going to do?
Well, I will sprint into battle. 1, 2, 3. I have to actually take the sprint action to get close enough. 7. Sprint all the way up here. And stop there. And that's my turn.
Fair enough. All right, this is round 2. Let me resort here. All right, so round 2, Pico. What are you going to do?
All right, I'm going to step in and start clawing my way into this young here.
Fair enough.
All right.
You strike with an 8, and it dodges out of the way. You strike again with a hit.
And that's going to be 3, not 6.
Fair enough. So you slash it for 3 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm going to go ahead and back up 2 hexes, I think.
Okay. All right. So, what the heck? Did not... That feels like it just went.
I think it did. Because I remember it rolled a 6 trying to attack Oreo.
Okay.
There.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think it got out of order, so I'm going to skip him and get back to him at the end of the turn.
Yeah, I saw that one near the bottom of the list in round 1, even though it had a 13, which I thought was weird.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Galen, you can see that Kylon 4 is obviously planning on attacking Oreo, although it's not his turn yet. What are you going to do?
Ragu, how hurt are you? Do you need like immediate healing, or can I wait a little bit?
You can wait a little bit, help get that one out from behind us. Otherwise, we're technically surrounded. And if all else fails, I've got a backup.
Got it. Cool. Then I'm gonna do shocking grasp on this Kylon in front of me again.
Fair enough.
Hopefully I don't miss. Nope.
All right, you go to grab him, and he's just slippery. You just can't touch him.
Damn it. Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, Ragu, you still have the Kylon right in front of you. What are you going to do? Ragu?
Oh, sorry, here I am. Okay, Char's gonna fly down this way and Flutter and Kylon Force Face, giving Oreo the help advantage.
Fair enough. When you do that,
Oh.
you notice that Kylon 1 over here seems a bit surprised, almost as if he was about to do something, but but obviously things didn't go as he expected.
I wondered. Okay, and now me. In order to get advantage, I need to be literally directly opposite the other side, or
That's
is
correct.
Ire in an okay position right now?
No, you have to be on the other side of at least one of your allies.
Then I will move right here, not leaving his area, not
That's right.
getting an attack of opportunity, and attack this Kylon here
Go ahead.
with my main action,
Okay.
which is here.
And that's a hit.
Whammy. All right. Whammo for 6 points.
Why is everyone getting advantage?
I'm getting advantage because I am directly across from Aya right now, so we're technically flanking Kylon 6.
Oh.
The other advantage is because I have my familiar flying around giving the help action.
So basically,
you
the
can
owl
only do
flapping his wings in the young's face is annoying them.
Yeah, distracting them so you can get a good hit on, but I can only give the help action once per turn.
Do we get advantage when we fully flank now? Is
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I
Yeah,
should've
see, like where
flanking
me and
earlier.
Ire are? Yeah.
Yeah, I should have wrapped around. That's my bad.
No
Oh,
problem.
no, that's not a problem.
Now you know.
All right. So that was 6 points of damage for my main attack on Kylon
Yep.
6.
Already been applied.
And for my bonus action, I am going to Second Wind.
Okay.
Let me roll that up here.
And you get one of those per long rest. Is that correct?
I get one of these per short rest.
Per short rest.
It's,
Okay.
It specifically says short or long rest, but
Yep.
so theoretically I can get one of these every 24 hours.
Nice.
1 to 10 plus 1. That didn't work out right.
It's because you forgot the slash R.
Arg. Space. There we go.
All right. Excellent. Go ahead and fix up your hit points.
Going
All
to.
right. Kylon 6, having just been attacked by you, is going to return the favor. And he is going to attempt to claw you, but he is going to fail as it scratches on your armor. And Kylon 3 is going to flank you and attack you with advantage, Ragu.
All right. These suckers are learning.
And that is a critical hit.
It is.
Oh, that's bad.
Which means that you take 11 points of damage.
Exactly 11.
Yep, so you are down.
I was going to say, yeah, give me 1 second to see if I had anything.
So do you have 0 HP or less than 0?
It's at 0.
I am at exactly 0. I had 11 hit points.
That's when you start making your death saves.
No, I don't have anything. I am sir down.
Okay. So put yourself at 0, and that's Kylon 3. And Devok.
No,
no, we're not doing that this time around.
Oh, okay.
Because of the gritty realism and the extra challenges that already adds, I've decided to make healing and stuff simpler again. All right, Devok, you notice that Ragu has just fallen to the ground as the Kylon Young got a really good hit on him. What are you going to do?
Move to here. Should I attack or should
Actually,
I?
if you go that far, you're going to take a opportunity attack from Kylon Young 6.
You're right. I'll go here then. Should I Do you guys think I should stabilize him with Spare the Dying or attack one of them?
I can
thinking
give him 1
attacking.
point. Yeah, just attack. I can give him 1 point.
Okay. And
On
I'll
my
use
turn.
Eldritch Blast on something. On 6, I think. Yeah.
It is 6, yes. All right, go ahead. And that's a hit.
Ooh.
For 2 points of damage. It hits him, and then he looks at you strange. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
Oh.
Fair enough.
Could you be not there so that I can move where you are? So I can
Yeah,
be next to
you want to get on the left side of that Kylon young, otherwise you risk getting flanked.
Yeah, well, I wanted to distract them, but okay, I'll move somewhere else.
Well, that would work if you're on that side somewhere then.
or at least up one, just so I can move there.
I guess so.
That's good.
Okay. All right. Oreo, you saw Ragu go down behind you, and you have the Kylon attacking you from the front now. What are you going to do?
I'll hit it with the rapier. I believe I have advantage on this.
You have advantage?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
right,
you do.
because you're a...
No, because of Char.
As the bird.
Oh, that's right. Fair enough. Go ahead. All right. But unfortunately, that advantage isn't quite enough, and it still manages to avoid your attack.
Offhand.
Okay. And again, it avoids your attack. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Young one sees Devok and decides to fire at him.
He has advantage
He's got disadvantage?
because of Bane.
Fair enough. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
And 11 is definitely not good enough to hit, so you easily dodge its clumsy attempt. And then you see another creature come out of the garbage way in the corner down here. And he runs up, but cannot attack because he had to run too far. And Ire, you see that there are multiple Kylon nearby. You see that Ragu is down. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I'll walk past Devok over to Ragu, kneel down to him, and put my hand on his shoulder and cast Lay on Hands for 1 hit point. Tell him, in Radiance, we may find hope, brother. Get on your feet and pull him up.
All right, so once you're knocked down to 0, you have to make a Constitution save to get back up.
Okay.
That's something I had instituted last campaign. So he does not have to make death saves. He's definitely not bleeding anymore. But on his turn, he'll have to make a Constitution save. But he can do it every turn until he wakes up.
All right, not right now though.
No, you'll do it at the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
Oh, that's my turn.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, third round. So, Pico, you see that Ragu is still down, but he is no longer dying. And you see several Kylon clustered around them, one of them at half health. What are you going to do?
Well, I feel like I'm going to regret this, but I better start clawing into this. Unfortunately, we're on the risk of this thing exploding.
Okay. That's a hit. All right, so you slash it for 9 points of damage. It's there. It's still alive, but badly hurt with deep gouges in its flesh. Is that the end of your turn?
No, not yet. Are you guys okay with potentially getting caught in a blast?
I mean, I am. Ragu might go down again now.
Wait, if I do make the deck save, would I get half damage or no damage?
0 damage.
Then Dave, go ahead. It's a risk.
Well, your issue right now is you're still on the ground, and you still haven't made your save, so that means that it would just hit.
Oh, you said I had to wait till my turn to make my save.
That's right. But you can't make the dex save because you're unconscious. There's no save there. So that's I'm just letting you know is that's so you would take the damage.
Oh, okay.
And Pico would know this as well.
Of course, I guess the catch is if I don't do anything about it, it's going to be free to do attacks. So we're kind of screwed either way.
I think you should let it. I think you should just.
Yeah.
Don't hit it.
You
Alright,
gotta.
go
I trust everybody.
Yep, that hits. And it dies, so everybody within 2 hexes of the creature, go ahead and make a DC 10 dex save.
Oh, wow.
Does that include Kylon 3 and Kylon 5?
It would, except as you've seen before, you've seen them in procs standing right next to each other and not being affected.
Wait. That's just a roll.
So whoever got under a 10, under a 10, go ahead and take 6 points of damage. Whoever got 10 or more does not take any damage. And that means that Ragu, unfortunately, is back to 0.
Unfortunate indeed.
All right, Pico, you've it's dead. So let me delete it. And so yeah, you've seen this explosion around you that you were caught in. Ragu is definitely out again. Is that the end of your turn?
Let's see. No, I think I'm probably going to move right here.
Okay.
Probably regret that later, but
Fair enough. All right. Kylon Young 4 again attempts to attack Oreo now that it's finally its turn. And a 13 is not good enough to hit Oreo, who manages to dodge the attack pretty handily. And Galen, you can see that Ragu is down, and Pico and Devok are both badly hurt. And you see that the creature attack Oreo but fail. What are you going to do?
God. Alright, we have to deal with this Kylon first, guys, but I'll be over there in a second. Or I'll try to be. I'm gonna move to the flanking position.
Okay, you have advantage.
And yeah, one last time I'm gonna try and do a shocking grasp.
Fair enough. And that's a critical hit.
There we go. Alright, let's roll it. There
All
we
right,
go.
you take it out. So you and Oreo get to make a DC 10 dex saving throw. If you get under a 10, you take 7, but
Oh.
you both made it, so you're good.
Sorry, I forgot to turn off advantage.
Fair enough, but either roll would have worked, so that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Is that the end of your turn?
Well, if it's dead, I only move 2, so I'm gonna go 3, 4, 5, 6, and start making my way over to the guys.
Fair enough. Okay, Ragu, you were fine, but then the explosion happened, so I need to make one death saving throw.
Okay.
It should be on your sheet.
Yeah.
Which you make handily. One more, and that would have been 2 successes instead of 1. All right, Kylon 3, seeing that one of the creatures that was attacking is now down, is going to step over and attack Ire. Little does it know how.
Wait a second. Can Char do anything whilst I was down?
I don't think so. Because I think you give it commands as a bonus action, if I remember correctly.
No, telepathic link doesn't burn my bonus action
Oh,
because.
fair enough. But nevertheless,
somewhere
you would
else.
still have to be conscious to give it commands. So I'm assuming it's flying around, probably agitated that you're down. but I don't think it can do anything on its own. All right, so yeah, Kylon 3 attempted to attack you, Ire, but you easily avoided the attack. All right, Devok, you are badly hurt, but Galen was able to take out one of the Kylon, and Ragu is still down. What are you going to do?
I will. Let's see. Wait, so when do you get back spells again?
You get
Like how
back.
long?
Normally, you get back your spells after a long rest, unless you have specific things, specific class abilities that allow you to get back at another time.
So it takes a full week because of Greater Realism?
Basically, yeah.
Oh.
However, you can use cantrips however much you want.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just use Eldritch Blast then.
Okay. So you fire Eldritch Blast, which unfortunately doesn't hit. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Oreo, the creature that was attacking you is now destroyed. And you can see that several of your allies are badly hurt, and Ragu is currently down. What are you going to do?
Moving somebody out of a spot is considered an action.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll get into Ragu's spot, and I'm gonna move Ragu behind me.
Okay, go ahead and move to where you want to wind up, and I'll move it. And Ragu can move his token. Because you're going to go grab him and move him, right?
Yeah.
So where are you
move back.
taking him?
Right, just right behind me, because I can't really move him out of any others.
Oh, I see. So here, I'll just do that. All right.
And that's it, because I can't use the offhand. I didn't attack. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Kylon 1 sees the cluster and decides to shoot from a distance. So he's shooting at Devok since he's the closest and clearest target. With a 14, he misses, hitting the ground nearby. Kylon 5 probably sees Ire as the biggest threat, but wants to get Devok down since Devok is obviously hurt. So he's going to attack with his claws. And with a 19, it hits, I believe. So he slashes you with his claws for 6 points of damage.
Also, I don't know what happened to my character sheet, but when I click on it, it looks like this. Hold on, I'll send a screenshot.
Okay.
That's my character sheet.
Oh, there's a little.
You just have to expand it.
Yeah, the drop down on the bottom right. You have to click that. Or somewhere. I think it's the bottom right. There's a little button on there. That
Just double click it and it'll maximize.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that. You can also try Xing it out and pulling it back up.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like if you double click anywhere on the name, because that's what I do all the time. I'll actually double click my bar to shrink it down like that, and then just double click on roughly where the name is, and then it expands to full size.
Okay. Were you able to get it to work?
Yes.
All right.
And I'm down.
All right. So Kylon 5. So that was Kylon 1. So Kylon 5 was going to attack Ire. And again, it scratches on your armor, Ire. And so, Ire, you see that Devok is down and Ragu are down, but Ragu is at least not on the front lines of fire anymore. And you've been attacked by Kylon 5. What are you going to do?
Wait a minute. I'm getting thrown off here because I see after Devok and Oreo, Kylon Young 1 and 5 went, but I'm seeing 3 attacks listed there.
Yeah, I thought didn't 5 attack Devok? And that's what killed him?
So a Kylon 3, 1, and 5 are the ones that attacked.
3 goes before Devok.
Yeah.
But because see, Devok's got an Eldritch Blast there listed. So Devok did the Eldritch Blast, then Oreo moved Ragu, then 1 and 5 go.
Yeah, 3 has a 5 for their initiative. 1 and 5 have a 3. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not. Wait a minute. No, we're at 2. We're at 2. Yeah, so that makes sense because 3 and 5 are all greater than 2.
Wait. 3.
Kylon 3 has a 5. Kylon 1 has a 3. Kylon 5 has a 3.
Well, no. Okay. So
Yeah, but what I'm
Kylon
getting at is
3
how are
went.
3 of them attacking after Oreo?
Yep.
Only 2
Yep.
should be attacking after Oreo.
Exactly. Yeah. Which it doesn't really make a difference because the one that shouldn't have attacked was the one that hit me, but because 3 attacked me, Devok went, Oreo went, and then 1 attacked Devok and 5 attacked Devok. 1 missed, 5 hit, and then 5 hit me, which doesn't 5 hit twice basically. But it doesn't
Oh,
make
I
any.
see what you're saying. The
Yeah.
attack that missed you, he shouldn't have attacked.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I must have got confused there.
Yeah. But it's fine.
But the
It
attack that
missed.
missed
Yep.
was the one that shouldn't have gone. Which
Yeah. So it doesn't
so
make
if you
any
had taken
functional
damage,
difference.
we would just take that damage away. But
Yeah.
since you didn't, all right then. My
Right.
apologies. All right, Ire, what are you gonna do?
Okay. Does Devog need to be moved out of the way? I think it's fine. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna hit 5 back. 5. He upset me. He's getting the flail.
And the flail hits.
Nice.
All right, you hit him for 5 points of damage.
Question, Jeremy. When these things explode and you're currently at death saves, does that become a 2 hit and you die?
I don't think so because that's true with melee attacks, but this isn't technically a melee attack, so I would say it takes away 1 death save.
When they explode?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Ire, you hit for 5 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Fair enough. All right, we're on round 4. Pico, you are hurting badly. Ragu has been moved out of the way. Devok is hurt. And Ire is on the front lines. What are you going to do?
I am going to. Oh, jeez, that's probably not the ideal one there. I'm going to go ahead and cast Healing Word on Ragu, and hopefully he'll be able to move enough to pull Devok out of the line of fire next.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll for the spell. All right, Ragu, you have 3 hit points. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm going to back up. Wait a minute. Actually, is it possible for me to grab Devok and pull him back myself since I haven't used any movement?
That's actually a fair point. I did make Oreo use an action, but maybe if you haven't used any movement, maybe a bonus action will be fine. So go ahead.
Isn't healing word considered a bonus action? So he hasn't used his action.
Oh, fair enough. Well, you're done. Yeah, no, good point.
Oh, okay, even better.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I am going to, because I can get what, like half my movement.
Yeah.
All right. Devok, put yourself between me and Ragu.
Awake. Well,
What was that?
I think he means right there.
Yeah. I basically drag you
that's-
over, so.
Sorry.
All right, no problem. So is that the end of your turn, Pico?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Fair enough. All right, Galen, Devok has just been dragged out of the way. Ragu is no longer bleeding to death, but there are still at least 3 Kylon. What are you going to do?
Well, my patients are right in front of me, so I'm gonna just start healing.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna start by using the healer's kit on Devok. Um,
And it does say in the description that you can use it as an action. So just go ahead and roll for healing.
yes. Let me double check. Yes, for that, I believe it's 1d6 plus 4.
Yep.
So d6, and then just add 4 to that. So you get 6 back, Devok.
Okay.
So Devok is now at 6. And that's your action. Is that the end of your turn?
Hmm. Let me see if I can do anything else. I guess I'll just move up here next to Ragu.
No problem.
That'll be it.
All right, Ragu, go ahead and make a DC 10 Constitution save to see if you wake up from being almost killed.
Okay.
Right? Does help actually help with that?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Can help with that.
Sure.
Okay.
I failed.
Moves and Constitution.
Okay, you are now up at the beginning of your turn. You are prone. It'll take you half your movement to stand up. If you wish to do so, what are you going to do?
I am going to go ahead and stand up.
Okay, you have half your movement and your action and a bonus action. What are you going to do?
All right. I'm going to... Mind Sliver number 1.
Fair enough. Go for it. DC 11, it looks like. Fair enough. Intelligence. And DC 3 damage.
Yes.
And he makes it, so that means he takes no damage. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, yeah, you can see he looks at you curiously as you attempt to hurt his mind, but it has no effect. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh, yes.
All right. Young 3 seems kind of surprised that people are starting to recover, but nonetheless, he attacks Oreo viciously, thinking that Oreo is the softer target. And it is wrong. Oreo dodges easily. All right, Devok, go ahead and make DC 10 Constitution save.
Oh, and actually, I just found something about the healer feat. Let me see if I can put it in the chat.
You don't need that many in chat. I can read one.
Did I put too many? Oh, I put a lot in chat. I'm so sorry. I didn't have my thing scrolled down. I didn't know
Plus
if it was going
additional
in.
hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit die. So
Yeah, so
you're
you get a
saying
couple more.
you get an additional 1 then.
Every point counts.
Yep. So that means Devok, you can add another 1 hit point. And while you're at it, Devok, go ahead and make your Constitution save. Okay, you make it. So you are prone, but you are conscious again. And you can spend half your movement to stand up if you so wish, and you have your action and bonus action. What are you going to do?
Over here. I'll shoot. Number 5 with a Eldritch Blast.
Fair enough.
Sure want to be that close?
And that's a hit.
Hold on, Dave.
All right, you hit him for 5 points of damage. He is wounded quite badly. He looks your direction meaningfully and then looks back at Ire. Is that the end of your turn? Devok?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Oreo, you can see that your team members are now all up again and moving, and you have the Kylon in front of you that tried to make a mockery of you. What are you going to do?
Can I move? I don't know what this thing is here, so can I still move to here?
That's fine. This is basically the roof, so you can go underneath it, so no problem.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack that with a rapier.
And that's a hit.
Plus,
So you stab it for 12 points of damage, but it is still there, badly wounded, but still there.
and then a offhand with the dagger.
Okay. That is unfortunately not a hit.
I stay put.
All right. All right. So Kylon 1 sees Ragu and attempts to finish him off, but fails miserably as the fire hits the ground behind Ire. All right.
Careful there. We do not need another city of ash, you.
And Kylon 5 is going.
Took Emberheart years to rebuild a village after that one.
It's going to
Yes.
move around and then attack Ire with advantage with its claws. And 18 is not a hit. It does scratch on his armor, and it worries Ire perhaps, but it does not hit. Ire, what are you going to do?
5 is getting it.
All right.
I'm on hit. Yep, hit 5. Oh, well,
It
he's not getting it.
dances out of the
Take
way.
it
Is that the end of your turn?
back. Yeah, that is the end of my turn.
All right, we're on round 5. So Pico, you're still badly hurt, and so is Ragu, but at least you're up. And you can see that one of the Kylon flanking Ire is also badly hurt. So what are you going to do?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, not that that does me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move. Be nice to. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna drop one of my claws, draw a dart, and throw it at Kylon 5.
All right, go ahead.
There we go.
And you throw it, and it glances off its tough hide and falls uselessly to the ground.
All right. Well, this is really gonna hurt, but I'm gonna go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4 flank this guy and attack with my remaining claw.
Fair enough. Go ahead. And you attack with your claw, but it also glances across its tough hide, doing no damage.
Don't
Alright.
you have advantage with that?
You should
yeah,
have
you're right.
advantage, so we'll see if that's still true after he rolls again. Good catch. That
Yeah.
time it did hit. So go ahead and roll
Oh.
damage.
We're
All
all in
whopping
range
2
for that,
points.
though.
2 points. All right. You almost kill it. It's just barely hanging in there. Is that
And oh, I'm backing out again.
fair enough?
All right.
All right, Galen. The Kylon to the north of Ire is really badly hurt. You think if you hit it, it's going to die. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna back up because it has a range of 2 hexes, right?
That's right.
I'm sorry, Ragu and Devok. I'm gonna try and kill this thing. I'm gonna shoot it actually with my fire spell,
Okay,
firebolt.
fair enough.
Yeah, even with resistance, that should still get through.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Which
And I
means you'll
don't
need
really
at least
wanna
2
stand
points
next
to
it.
kill it. That does hit. So can you get at least 2 points?
I think so.
You do, and it explodes. And everybody within 10 hexes, go ahead and make a
Within
DC.
10 hexes?
So I'm sorry, I meant 2 hexes. Anybody
Thing went
within
supernova.
two hexes, go ahead and make a DC 10
was
dex
it
save.
here?
Yeah, go ahead and nuke us, why
Nah.
don't
Yeah,
you?
so
Just
it
hop in.
affects Davok, Ragu, Ire, but Oreo is just out of range.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boys. Good work.
Looks like
All right.
Yeah.
We all made it.
Ragu, Davok. Oh yeah, okay, excellent. Everybody made it. Awesome. Let me delete them. All right, Ragu. Another one of the creatures has been taken out, but you're still badly hurt. What are you gonna do?
Um,
As you're
I'm going-
deciding, one of the things you notice about the creature between Oreo and Ire is there seems to be some sort of metal ring stuck in all the spikes and flowers, and it looks for all the world like the ring you would see on a barrel.
like just a metal ring stuck through all of its spikes,
Yeah,
like
almost like
giant-
a barrel, almost like a barrel exploded around him and the ring got stuck.
Oh,
weird.
they're growing these things in like barrels to hide them, I think.
Ah,
That's
I was gonna
correct.
say, yeah. So the like a weird piece of jewelry is like his spikes grew around the metal, and it's like a 3 foot in diameter metal ring from a barrel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, what are you going to do?
I'm going to be the dumbass here. Galen, back me up if you can.
Oh.
All right then. I am tired of this. Char's gonna swoop with me as I make a full-fledged, full-on running attack to Kylon Young 1 and wait a second. Let's see here. 20. Okay. As Char swoops around to give me advantage and winds up over here.
Okay. Yep, you have advantage. What are you doing?
First blow.
And a critical hit. All right, looks like 15 points of damage, which is so close, but he's still alive.
Offhand attack.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that should be just a 17. Sorry,
Yep.
I was pushed buttons faster.
No problem, but that still hits. And that's enough to take him out. Go ahead and make your DC 10 dex save. And you avoid the explosion and avoid damage. Is that the end of your turn?
That would be yes.
All right, Kylon 3 is surrounded. And at this point, he is going to just continue to beat on Oreo, or at least try to. Oh, and he should not have had advantage, but either way, he misses. So that's him. All right, Davok, you see that there is one of the creatures left between Oreo and Ire. Probably not the best place to be. So what are you going to do? Say it again.
Hold on, haven't made a choice yet. I'll move over next to Ragu, then I'll shoot at the Kylon.
I am having an idea.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And
And it explodes. So Ire and Oreo, go ahead and make your DC 10 dex saves.
Maybe I'm not having an idea.
Okay, Oreo makes it. So let's see if Ire makes it. Ire barely makes it. You would have taken 5 points of damage had you not. So probably, perhaps not the end of the world. All right. So let me go ahead and delete everybody, and that will be the end of the combat. And as the last of them fall, that metal ring falls to the ground and bounces around, somehow surviving the explosion. So what are you
That's
going to
why
do?
I wanted to catch that one.
I'm gonna go straight for the ring. I want to look at it.
Yes, exactly.
Fair enough. You go for the ring, and you find that there's an engraving on the ring. And the engraving says Furley's Goods. I put it in chat.
Well, looks like we have a new lead.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is one of Furley's bads right here, but hey.
All right. So what else do you do?
I will begin healing. I'm gonna use my healer's kit on Pico and Ragu.
Fair
Oh.
enough. You already used it on Ragu, did you not?
No,
No.
that was
There's
a
getting
spell.
healed Ragu with healing word. I already used it on Devok,
Okay.
so I can't use it on Devok for the next 24 hours.
Fair enough. Go for it then.
Now, what's the limit on the healing kit? Wasn't there like once per person
Per day.
per
Yeah,
day?
Per
Mhm.
day.
Okay.
Short rest day.
So here's 1d6. This one's for Pico. So that's 10
Perfect.
plus your hit die, and then Ragu, this one's for you. That's gonna be 7
you.
plus your hit die.
All right. That looks like enough to heal you both to full.
Right.
Let me
Have you
mark that
been
down.
marking the usage?
Yeah, I'm going to mark it down right now.
Fair enough.
I've been marking it though.
All right. So you're healing. What's everybody else doing?
Well, that was exhilarating. Going ahead patting the ash off my fur, and it's like you'd think black would hide that better.
I make an investigation check to see if there's any other traces of anything else that might be coming from any of these other spots that they've been at.
Yeah, let's double check and make sure, given that these things are hiding, poke and prod all of.
All right. Yeah, you search the piles. So whoever's searching, go ahead and give me a perception check. If you're working together, you have advantage.
I'll anybody helping?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you search through the piles. One of the things you find in one of the piles that one of the previous Kylon, now dead Kylon was hiding in is a piece of fabric. And the fabric has the name Furley's embroidered on it. It looks like there was more to the name at one point, but that's all that's left. But otherwise, you don't find anything of note in the trash piles.
I bring that to the others and I share it, pass it on.
Think we have somewhere to be visiting.
All right.
Indeed.
So Galen, Pico, yeah, I think Ire, what have you been doing?
Helping Oreo. And
Okay.
that's about it.
Oh, I'm gonna retrieve my dart.
Fair enough. You do retrieve it, and you are able to search through the trash piles, like I said, and you don't find anything other than that cloth that looks interesting. Certainly no more Kylon, unfortunately. So what are you going to do next?
Ragu, you want a few darts?
Yes, actually, I think that might have been helpful for some range.
I'll go ahead and give you 5 of them.
Thank you.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
Do we have any idea where Furley's goods would actually be?
None whatsoever.
Well, wait a second. Furley's Goods is a shopkeeper, yeah? Maybe we should ask somebody who's a shopkeeper if they know anything. Or
That's
eat.
true.
That's fair. How are you going to do that?
I can go talk to my contact.
Well, why don't we could just go to a merchant's district I mean any market district and ask around.
That too.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take you to the map then. You are currently where your token is. You are in this area you're in. There are probably some shops hiding in the slums and tenements for locals, but you don't really know where they are. But there is a merchant district right nearby, within 5 minutes walk.
Yep, that's where we're going then.
Okay. Yep, you find yourself in the merchant district. You've been here before when looking for the farmer's goods and asking about Janice and her family. So what do you do?
Um, well, I guess we can go up to one of the first shops or something and ask if they know where to find. Oh, geez, how'd I already lose the name? They're Furley's Goods.
Okay, so yeah, you find a general store shop, and you see a plump woman behind the counter, and she sees you coming in. It's like, "Oh, welcome, customers. How can I help you?"
Are you familiar with a place called Furley's Goods?
You see her think for a while, and she shakes her head. No, I can't say I've heard of it. Um, if it's a shop within the city, though, you would, I think, they would probably have records. I'm not sure where exactly, but I would expect them to have records. But anyway, I haven't heard of it.
They're a supplier, not necessarily a shop. A caravan that brings goods in.
She shrugs.
In fact, that's actually a good question. So given that you're a shopkeeper, do you normally brand your goods or do you just sell the items you receive as is?
Um, yeah, it's some of it is handmade from the outlying people and farms. Um, some of it is shipments from other towns. Usually come in as in caravans. It's a combination, really. And then, of
Alrighty.
course, there's local craftspeople who need to sell their items.
Well, I just realized that if we go to one of the gates where most of the wagons come through, if it's something out of town, they're probably going to be used to seeing this kind of stuff. After all, it doesn't do any good to log the comings and goings if you're not paying attention to who's actually coming and going.
That's an excellent thing. Observation.
Now, let's see. We already determined the northwest gate wasn't really one for wagon traffic.
Yeah,
We had
The West Gate was.
you were told that there are caravan districts, and the gates near the caravan districts which is 23. The gates near a caravan district are likely to have ones with ingoing and outgoing caravans. So, for example, the southeast gate,
the north
the
gate.
north gate, yeah, and any others you see like that.
Well, we're much closer to the north gate than the southeast gate, so we could go ahead and try that.
Okay. So you spend about 15 minutes or so, maybe about 20 minutes, because it would be pretty a lot of people around at this point in time in the day. Anyway, you spend about 20 minutes, and you arrive at the north gate. And like before, you see several gate guards on duty. You see a lot of traffic going in and out, including wagons. And you see a male dwarf who seems to be in charge, probably a sergeant like you'd met at the other two gates you've been to. Um, and he's currently bellowing orders. So what do you do?
Um, Well, we'll go ahead and actually, I guess, Galen, you've got a little more charisma than I do. If you want to ask about, if they're familiar with any of the, any wagon loads coming in for Furley's goods.
I'm thinking also, whilst he is asking, that we might look into the locations of warehouse districts.
Okay. So, Galen, what do you do?
I don't know. I guess I should ask them about the what was the name?
Furley's goods.
Furley's
Furley.
goods. So yeah, I'll ask if you've seen Furley's goods anywhere. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. If they've seen Furley's goods anywhere and where they might be headed with the goods.
Okay. The sergeant looks your way and he shakes his head and he says, that doesn't ring a bell. Haven't seen anything about Fruity's goods coming in out of here, at least not in the last several months.
Hmm, that's weird. No,
But
did you
do they
you
come
said
through
in
at
the
all?
yeah, you said in the last several months, is there a time that you have seen anything called Furley's
No, I
goods past
don't
to the gate?
recognize the name at all. My point is that I've been here on duty for the last several months and I haven't heard anything.
Got it. Thank you. All right. I guess we have to check somewhere else.
Well, there is the south gate or the southeast gate. Both of those seem like they would make sense here. And of course, they'd have to be on the opposite side of town. Maybe we can take the monorail.
Yeah.
As you're starting getting ready to leave, and he says, if it's a business, do you sure that's still operating? Anyway, if you want to
No.
look for a business, I might recommend the Mercantile Record House. They would have records of any shops.
Of
Perhaps
course.
they're there.
Why didn't I think
Well,
of
that
that? The
guy does
Mercantile
owe me
Record
some
House.
out-of-date info.
Say that
Where
again.
is the?
Pico, say that again.
I said, well, that place does owe me some out-of-date info.
Anyway, you recognize the name, that you've been there before.
Let's go.
And in fact, you're owed some information that you haven't collected yet. All right, so what do you do?
Somebody's GPS is acting up.
What's happening up there?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, we'll go to that mercantile place and see if we can find out anything there.
All right, so it takes you about half an hour to get there, and eventually you arrive, and it's the same as before. And as you enter, you see the same old man behind the counter, and it says, young people, he points at you, Pico, you're late. You paid for some information. And then at this point, he pulls out a scroll, and he hands it to you. And I'm going to go ahead and make it visible now. Yeah, there you go. You should see now Moshe Farm under a folder called Documents that you should have access to. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and show it to everybody.
What a ripoff! This scroll is blank.
And you should be able to scroll and see the text. And you asked for information about the Moshe farmstead, and they gathered what information they could in order to give it to you. So there you go.
It's still sort of blank there, Jeremy.
Oh, you don't see anything?
I see a scroll and I see a little magnifying glass, and I click on the magnifying glass.
Scroll below the picture. The picture's not what you want.
Oh, there we are. Sorry.
I
Scroll down. I thought it was like on his thing.
I closed it by accident.
It should be in your.
I see it in the documents, but clicking on it for whatever reason is not pulling it up for me.
Strange. All right. What about now?
Nothing at all.
I need to refresh your
Yeah, I'll try that.
page.
All right. So while he's refreshing, does everybody else see it?
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
it.
Fair enough. And then the old man says, "Yeah, did I ever tell you about the time that during the Great Sadaga attack, there were there was some general in here, asking for me to expedite the process and not wanting to fill out the proper forms. It was only forms 1317B, 607C, and 1001A, and it would have only taken a week." And unfortunately, they push through some reforms that make the whole process much faster than it was before. Oh, did you need something?
Well, we're probably going to. Actually, do you know anything about Furley's goods?
What is it?
Well, we're guessing it's either a manufacturer, distributor, or a shop, but it's definitely. Actually, I go ahead and pull out the barrel ring and engraving. Somebody responsible for presumably the barrel this ring came from.
Oh, I see. I would guess it's he pulls out this giant tome. The book is about a foot thick when it's closed, and he opens it, and you can see this dust fill the air, and he moves through the pages and moves around his finger, and he says, "Oh, here it is in the Northwest Tenements. Unfortunately, it has been closed for some time now. I'll have to dig up the information for you to find out where it is." He closes it again, and he hands you a form, Pico. And he says, "Please fill this out. And if you pay 5 silver and you fill out this form, then I can have any information we have left on the place available to you at 8 in the morning."
Sure.
And it's very similar to the previous form. It asks for a lot of personal information and reasons that you need the information and that kind of thing. Um, and it says clearly, oh yes, the fine, or sorry, not the fine. The cost is 5 silvers again.
Pico, before you do the thing, can you also add to that bucket the Sword of Justice, if you can find anything on that?
Can Do you have any information on an organization called the Sword of Justice?
It does not ring a bell. He opens his book again and flips through. I'm not seeing anything. I can do some exploratory research for you, but the price is a little bit higher there. That'll be 15 silvers.
I'll give you the
Ouch.
15 on my end.
Alrighty, that works.
And then he hands you a form, Oreo, since you're the one who asked about it. And it says, there you go, Missy.
But I said it specifically so that Pico can do it.
Oh, you don't want to fill out a form? It's fun. And then he hands the form to Pico. All right, so Pico, you give the same personal information you did before, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
What do you put down as the reason you need the information?
Official investigation.
Okay. All right, so you fill out the forms, and so do you pay the silver?
Yeah, I already did. And so did Oreo.
Okay. All right. Well, come back tomorrow, fresh in the morning at 8. Try not to be late, and I'll see what I can do. Oh, and he motions to you, Pico. And if you see your friend again soon, can you tell her that how much of a help I was? And if she wants to come by and visit, I'd be happy to see her.
I'll pass that along.
Thank you. And did I ever tell you of the time when the sewers backed
Boy,
up?
time to go. Time to go.
Oh,
All right. You quickly leave the building, and he's still talking after you left. It takes him a little while to realize that there's no one listening to him anymore. So what do you do?
Well, so we've got information potentially coming in tomorrow. I don't like the idea of waiting that long, and the only reason I did it is just in case we don't actually make any headway.
So we already looked at the marketplaces, right? 21.
just
Did
Well,
did
we
you just
asked at
asked
one
one.
place for what it's worth. And
That's
then
fair.
the thought came up about checking the gate.
You checked
Then we went
here
direct to the marketplace,
and
or the
up here.
merchant place.
Well,
Okay.
you should ask a few more people, so maybe somebody remembers the name.
I think it's probably safe to say that we should check out the red light district in 21, is it?
I
Not
was
20.
thinking the warehouse districts
Yeah,
because
warehouse at
even if
33.
yeah, they're 33s, yeah, but the warehouse districts because even if Furley's Goods is not an actual shop and it's a caravan coming in, they need somewhere to store the goods, and that would be a
Mhm.
good place to hide stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so are you splitting up, or is everybody going to one place or the other?
I think we should probably go together because if this place is housing Kylon,
Yeah,
we don't want to be split up for that.
I was gonna
right.
say, do you mind if I make a quick stop, or do you think it should wait until later?
Well, what do you need to stop for?
I need to talk to a friend about some things that we've already asked about.
Um, I mean, what would we learn from it? Also, where is he? Because if he's just along the way, there's probably no problem with
Oh,
that.
it's no, I think I know who he's talking about. It's kind of the opposite direction, but only a few minutes away. We're like really close by.
Oh,
He's
sure, yeah.
right here, right where this flag is.
Oh, yeah, that's like a 10-minute walk or less. We could do that, sure.
Okay,
Alrighty.
so yep, you walk for 10 minutes, and you arrive at Gimbal's shop once again.
I'm
And
gonna tell.
as you enter, you see that he seems to be talking to a customer, and he seems to be talking about some sort of order for the Farmore family, or Fairmore family. Sorry about that. And as he notices you, he kind of waves. And then, and after about a minute, the person he was talking to, a fairly tall and skinny half elf, but not nearly as tall as you are, um, Ragu. Anyway, you see him walk past. So what do you do?
Okay. Well, with the metal hoop kind of slung over my shoulder, a little bit back so I don't bump anything. Welcome, Gimbal, my friend. How are you doing this day?
Oh, busy, busy, very busy. What can I help you with?
I was wondering if you made any headway on those things we were asking about.
Well, I've been asking, and there's some people who are looking into it, but it's being pretty slow for some reason. So
Oh,
it's gonna take a couple more days at least.
okay. Well, remember, the sooner the better. I mean, just look at my clothes.
And he takes a closer look uh, at the group. It's like, what have you been swimming in fire?
Actually, I was wondering if you might have known where Furley's used to be.
Furley's.
And I
I
kind of
think I
flipped the loop.
remember that place vaguely. I think it was a shop. I think it was.
Excellent. I flip the loop off and I hold it over so he can, look at the name, refresh his memory.
I think it was in the northwest tenements at one point, but I think it's been closed for years.
Well, even
Unfortunately, that place is a maze of back alleys and streets and old buildings. So who knows? It may. Who knows where it is?
are you sure there's no? I mean, I'm sure the building is still there. We just need to try
Probably,
and look there.
but I'm guessing at this point it's been abandoned. Who knows? Maybe there are even people living there illegally, of course.
Well, figure if there was, they might not be so happy.
But yeah, unfortunately, I have only heard of it, and just barely. Like I said, it's been years. I knew somebody once who was passing through town who had a bad experience there, but they're long gone. He shrugs.
Oh, I understand. So, any new ideas on easier way to take him things out, or anything?
It's like, you're the fighter, not me. I don't want to. I'm good here.
Alrighty. Well, just
Well,
let
you
me
don't
know.
want
Oh, go ahead.
you don't want lessons in swimming through fire.
No, you swim. I'll stay here.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
if you ever
it's
change your mind, there are some agents of the Empire of Czar that know exactly what that's like.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
and
All right. So what do you do?
well, we have a district now. He did specify
Alrighty.
which one on the map, right?
Yeah, he said the Northwest Tenements. You know exactly where that is because you've been there just recently, in fact.
Well, it may take a little while to hunt around, but we could go ahead and do some patrolling. I mean, after all, we've got a decent idea of what kind of building it would need to be. And it's going to have to be able to accommodate a pretty big wagon.
Okay. So you spend maybe 35 minutes to get back, and so you're gonna patrol and look for the building. Are you patrolling as a group? Or are you doing it as multiple groups? How's this working?
I'll probably stay as a group again because, again, if there are Kylon, we don't really want to be split up.
All right. And I'm assuming, Ragu, that you're using your owl to help.
Yes.
So what I will say then is, if you're working as a group, that you can make a perception check or an investigation check with advantage, and you get an additional +5, but it'll be a very hard roll. And the +5 comes from using the owl.
Okay.
And whichever you wants to make a perception or investigation check can do it, but I would, of course, agree amongst yourselves who that's going to be.
I was gonna say anybody's perception is good. Mine is not so well.
Mine's at 4.
Mine is 2.
I'm no good at
I have a 1.
I'm thinking the 4 wins and the +5 for
Yep,
Char,
so
my
a
friend.
total of +9 on top of advantage.
You're looking the best one there.
Nobody's got any sort of good investigation.
My end is
Mhm.
it is a +3, which is still not beaten by a +4.
Mine is also 3.
All right, this is an advantage roll, was it?
Yep,
Yes.
advantage +9.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and click on it then. Whoa,
Whoa.
okay, I'll take it.
So with the +9, that is a 31, or sorry, a 33, which obviously is a success. The DC was actually a 30. I did say it was a hard roll. Unfortunately, it still takes you hours to do so. You do eventually find a place, though, that you believe is going to be the location. So sorry, wrong map. My apologies.
I was gonna say, didn't we need to go get those 3 bodies from the last place, or can we send somebody else later?
Anyway, so as you're going down the street in this one place, you see, you can see from the owl flying around that this building over here is definitely a shop. It's run down, but you can see it has this big sign out front. And the bigger giveaway, though, is that you start to notice tracks from the creatures out in front of this shop. And you can, if you look at some of the roof areas, you can see slashes and cracks that kind of match their claws you've seen in the past. Unfortunately, at this point in time, it's um, it is in the afternoon, probably approaching evening. Like I said, it took many hours. Um, and it will probably start getting dark, especially with the overcast sky in the next hour. So the question then is, what do you do?
Well, first things first here. Either we do something about this now or we wait till tomorrow, because if these things get tougher at night and that fight was as ugly as it was, we probably don't want to find out the hard way what these guys are like under cover of darkness.
Yeah, they were much tougher than the last time we fought them.
I
Last
also
time
only
you
have
fought hatchlings. This time you fought the young variety, which definitely are bigger and nastier. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Sooner we fight, the better.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
because
don't we
they're
have
only
any
going to
more?
grow. I think we should take them out as soon as possible.
Although we
I
probably
have
should.
I have no spells other than cantrips though.
Hmm.
But whatever.
All right.
Sleeping at night,
Out of game. Oh, sorry.
sleeping overnight's not going to fix that unless you have something like
Yeah.
arcane
No,
recovery.
don't.
Let's see, what was I
But
gonna say?
we have an hour, so if we have to encounter something, unless there's over 10 of them in there, we can try and take out as many as we can, considering an hour.
Wait a second. This district here, can we find somewhere else close by to sort of hang out? We don't necessarily have to go home, but if we can stay close here.
Why? Oh, to watch it?
Yeah.
The problem with that is that if we do that, then if they move around at night when we want to interrupt them, then they're at their maximum strength. So it almost doesn't do any good for us to watch unless we're okay with letting them run their rampage.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, we would at least know where they are and keep tabs on them, and I figured we can do that the easiest by me changing Char here into a tiny spider that they wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think just knowing, like, we kind of know where they are right now. I think we should just go fight.
I mean, if we're going
But
to do that,
if
we'd
we
be
were to fight right now, we'd have very little in the way of healing.
I've still
That's-
got 2 first level spell slots, and
I
I
think
only
Also-
really.
I think he's saying that he wouldn't be, because you already healed 3 people in the party. They can't heal again until tomorrow.
Yeah, but I could just use my cure wounds on them.
But then you are losing your spell slot for the rest of the week.
No, I know it's gonna be like rough, but if we wait till tomorrow to fight them,
It'll be
then
during the
I
daytime.
think they're just gonna be stronger.
Well, one
Well, no,
thing
they're
is
stronger.
you do know exactly where they are now. So even though it took you a long time to find this place, um, if you were to travel from your home to here, it would take you an hour in the morning. So it would take you all less time to get here.
Okay.
Well, I do have a really dumb idea. Um, they're resistant to fire, not immune to fire.
Oh, thinking of
Maybe
burning
it is
it
time
down?
for another good old-fashioned Aragorn firestorm.
Uh,
Yes.
I'm thinking of that as a last resort, though. I think we still need to try to get information. So
Also, if we set fire to this place and we set some other building, adjacent building on fire, and end up,
Yes, we would have to
burning.
have the fire brigade on their way,
Yeah.
and we would probably burn any evidence inside the building.
not
Yeah.
only that, but the Kylon are resistant to fire, so they might just scatter, and that would be
Might just run.
terrible to
well,
But it
if
would
we
still
if we
hurt.
do that, we'd be barricading doors and stuff first.
Yes, they'd be trapped in the building, but they would take half damage, but it is still damage.
Yep.
But I mean, that's kind of a last resort. I think we should investigate first. We could have Char have a peek first through. I don't know. Are there any open windows, or is the place
Well,
all barricaded up?
if you can turn him into a spider, why not during the night? You actually have him scout the place out fully, and you can see through his eyes. Maybe you write out a map of the place, kind of map out the building, and so that we have some understanding of what we're looking at, how many of them there are, that kind of thing. We can kind of case the place, so that we have a game plan going into it tomorrow.
So I have moved you the basically the interior map, but you're still on the outside, and you can see two windows there. Um,
Oh hell no!
and inside you see a hatchling, which seems doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. And you see a whole bunch of eggs. Does
That's
Char actually try
interesting.
to go through the window? There's currently glass there.
Well, no, actually, I'm just trying to position him. I was gonna say, but I'm noticing that. Can you adjust his lighting? Like, yeah,
Oh,
he's in the dark.
you would have to. I can, but you have to see through his eyes, which means that you can't see through your own.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm aware of that because I'm gonna close my eyes and I'll be able to see through his eyes, and then I can just describe what I'm seeing.
Yeah, no problem. Do I have it on mine? Hold on. There you go.
Okay, awesome. All right. Actually, did we want to turn him into a spider first,
I think that
No.
guys?
would.
Well,
No, I
one
feel like
thing.
it would be more useful.
So one thing you got to remember, Ragu, is to change them. You have to recast the spell,
Which was
and
gonna take an hour.
right, and you would also have to go and get more of the reagents, and also it's about an hour before it's dark.
Nah, don't bother.
Are you sure?
I
Wait,
mean,
what
We
kind of
have
building
time
is it?
then.
I think what you should do is not send him in as a bird, and do recast it, and send him in as a spider overnight, and then scout the place out overnight. Like,
Okay,
not,
then on our way, we know exactly where the place is now. We'll have it marked on our map. If we're leaving on our way back home, I will stop and get some more incenses.
Okay.
And
I really don't like this
Yeah,
idea
I
of
really want to
leaving it
get.
overnight.
Can we
There's
just get
already a
rid of this
hatch.
thing? Because
Yeah,
it's
there's already
literally
a
just one.
hatchling in there. Why wait for the eggs to
Yes,
hatch? If
correct.
okay, well, I mean,
okay,
I'm okay with making a move. I'm fine with that.
right, yeah. But I was gonna say, but
So
what's the roof like? Is there a hole down from the top I can go in?
Yeah, there are some holes in
Flutter
the roof. Okay.
flutter between rafters.
So yeah, here's what
think
I'll do.
so.
I'll turn his sight back on, and I'll go ahead and move him over so you can definitely see into this room. And you can see into that room. You see there's stairs. Um, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, am I supposed to be stuck on a corner?
No,
Okay.
you'd moved him after I'd moved him, and then I guess you got
Oh,
stuck.
I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so I can kind of see down there.
Yep.
Then where are your stairs?
The stairs. Oh, sorry, stop moving for a second. The stairs are right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They're going
those are
down.
dark. Okay, I see that. Okay, so I'm just as he's going, just very cautiously and quietly from rafter to rafter up in the roof as he got through the hole. I'm very quietly describing it to everybody. There's a bunch of trash in here. It's a couple of Kylon young and stairs down to a basement, which does not bode well. A couple of bodies. Um, there's a kind of a corner room, diamond shaped. It's got a couple of bodies, a bed, some stuff in it. Um, the entrance, the room we're right in front of here, has a Kylon hatchling with a whole bunch of eggs, but I don't see another exit or way out. No back doors or windows, just these two front windows in here. For that kind of diamond shaped room,
There's
I do
actually a
not
back
see.
door. It's right here.
Okay, I was gonna say for the diamond shaped room, there is a back door that looks to be their only real way out so far. and from the side room on this side over here, this is where the door would be, or the room would be. It's just the down to the basement, but I don't see any windows or escape door. So there's just that one back door. If we can secure it, we can have them trapped. If they get down to the basement, no holds. It could be a huge layer down there, or it could be just a wine cellar. But I'm not going to have Char jump from the rafters down to the basement right in front of two young Kylon. So we've got two young and one hatchling that we can see.
Now, here's a question. Since we do know, well, at least we've got a pretty good idea now where the inside job was. Do we think we can trust the West Garrison as far as for support? This seems like the kind of thing we might want reinforcements for.
Yes, do we ask the garrison for support? We could garner favor with their captain, who I believe to be honorable, if not abrasive. However, the other question is, do we ask our guild for support? And they would send another hopeful team.
So
I don't
one
think the
thing
guild.
so real quick, one thing you do remember from the initial um, description of the task is that for whatever reason, the task of completing this and taking out the adolescent was supposed to be for your group to accomplish, not for the guards.
In
He
that
was
case, yes,
pretty adamant about that.
I believe this is going to be on us. So, do we do it now? Do we run to the store real quick before they close and grab some healing potions, just to bolster what we've already burned today?
I don't really want to wait. And I was going to say, Jeremy, where I'm at, my intention is fully to just be complete stealth. You're saying that the thing hasn't seen us or anything from where we're at, right?
Yeah, it hasn't seen you yet. That's right.
So I'm gonna stay put, and I'm going to very quietly take out my Widowmaker and just hold an attack, because I'm ready to use that. Considering that it hasn't seen us, I would have advantage on it, right?
Well, I
Right.
did say there was a back door with no creatures, so
I'm trying to
would
get
that
as
be
much
the
damage
stealthier?
to the one that's right in front of us, which is a lot weaker than the other ones right now.
Yes,
And
that's why I'm saying is there is a back door which is much stealthier.
And one thing to keep in mind, though, with the windows is that there is glass there, so there's no getting through without breaking the glass.
So how did the bird get in again?
They're through a hole in the
Chimney.
roof.
Right.
Okay.
Now the door, it it looks like it can be opened and closed. In fact, it's partially ajar, so you could open the door and walk in as well. But there would still be some movement, etc.
Never mind my plan. Go ahead, you guys decide.
I was going to say,
All right, well, I was going to ask you to use your key to open the door, but I guess if it's already ajar, we could just go ahead and bust in and deal with the hatchlings. Maybe we have somebody go to that door that near where Char is and secure that so that no reinforcements can come, so we can deal with the hatchlings first. Then we can go ahead and work our way in.
I also believe that Ori's plan is going to work very well. What we can do is this. We send Pico and pick a friend to go to the back door, which I can guide you here. And then I will very carefully oil the hinges and then open this door very quietly but quickly. And as I do that, Char will fly down to the hatchling, and Ori at that moment will strike him in the face, doing maximum damage.
Well, I think you can get away without the oil for that because if you just burst through the door, I mean, once
Then the
there's the
sound will
distraction,
alert the two young that are over here.
yeah, but
So will the sound of
Wouldn't
breaking
the
glass.
hatchling making noise do that anyway?
Well, if Ori can do the 10 points and kill him in one blow, he makes no noise. It's just there. Oh yes, they do explode.
Occasionally.
Okay. Well,
I still think we should. I agree with Pico. I think we should secure the other door and then move as a group through the building and just start clearing these things.
Okay. Let me go ahead and move everybody over there then, since there's no way to get there on the map directly. And I am going to go ahead and open the door. Oh, I'm not going to open the door because I blocked it. So I'm just going to do this. Sit still.
Where am I? Oh, my bad. Well,
We're in the darkness.
All
And now
right.
we're in the
So
building.
now you should be able to see. You're just on the inside. Obviously, you haven't actually opened the door yet. I'm just doing that so you can see. So you got the door closed, but clearly not locked. So how are you going to get in?
Hmm.
Lockpick or Pico said I had a key.
It's
Any
not
of the
locked.
lockpicks.
It's just
Oh, then,
closed.
yeah, then open there.
That was a euphemism, by the way.
Fair enough. All right. So you wind up making your way in. Are you attempting to keep opening the door quiet? And so how?
Well, for doing this door, then Ragu's oiling the hinges thing makes sense.
Okay, so you oil the hinges, you open the door, you come in, and nobody seems to have noticed you yet.
All right.
So yeah, you see a room, you see a couple of the stone bodies, similar as before. You see some empty shelves, some debris on the ground, torn up carpet that's faded. You see a dresser. Currently, the doors are closed. You see a chest that's also currently closed, and this one actually does have a lock. A bed, and of course, you can see through the currently open doors into the storage area with the young Kylon and the main room with one of the hatchlings and some eggs. So what do you do?
Again, maybe very quietly.
I'm thinking we secured this door that I'm standing in front of first, so that they can't get
Yes.
out.
That's what I was
Then
going to say. Go ahead and put that dresser there or something. And then we
and
rush this guy here, leaving somebody back here to keep this door safe as they try to bang the
Real
out.
quick, Pico, as you move to the door, you get a better sight beneath the window because before you were looking over. And due to your high passive perception, you can see that there is a hatchling hiding in the trash beneath the window. Anyway, go ahead.
hmm.
all right. So we got two of them in there at least.
So maybe we just.
I think we still want to burst in. We just gonna need
Yeah.
more,
We just move the chest from here to in front of the door, burst in, clear the eggs, and then kill the young afterward. That sound good?
Yeah, we deal with the young after we
Yeah.
deal with the hatchlings.
Now, does this door
Oh yeah, which
here
way does it
swing
open? Yeah.
upward or downward?
Oh, let's see. It would open upward.
Okay, so the
Okay, then
chest.
blocking it would
yeah.
work.
Yes.
Okay, so you block the door with the chest.
That dresser there, we just slide it a few feet in front.
Okay, you're using the
very
dresser.
quietly. Yeah.
Whoever's sliding it, go ahead and give me a stealth check. If you can work together, so you can have advantage.
Well, let me do it. Let me help.
I'll work on that.
Ready? You guys help. Whoever's got the bits there.
I think I do.
Okay, let me check something real quick. It is okay. They don't seem to notice, but you get the sense that if it was much louder, they probably would have. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just for your personal FYI, Char's passive perception is also a 13, if that helps for the future.
Okay. it is a 13. It isn't quite as high as Oreos and Picos, so in this case it wouldn't have helped. But if it was just a little
Okay.
bit lower, then it would have.
I didn't know. I just figured I'd put that out there.
But thanks for letting me know. In fact, let me write that down. Okay. Perception. All right. So I got it written down so I can use that information in the future.
Anybody curious about the chest before we do these?
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
Let's do
Okay.
searching right now because that way we don't need to worry about burning up the evidence later.
So the
Yeah.
chest is currently locked, so what do you do?
Okay. I guess I must be
This is
really
where
low
your
because I've been
key
trying to
comes in.
talk for a long time and you guys can't hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we can.
Okay. So find for traps at advantage.
Okay. So make a perception check. As far as you can tell, there's no traps.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lockpick.
All right. You fairly easily unlock the chest. It was a fairly basic lock, and it clicks open.
What's inside?
Okay, you open it up, and inside you see what looks like spare clothing of fairly low quality, something a merchant might wear, but tattered and worn. You also find a small bag that holds 30 silver coins, and you find a, a bronze necklace.
Okay, I'll pocket everything. Does the clothing look anything similar to the piece of fabric that I found with furlies on it?
Yeah, yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
And want to double check the bed then? Just in case there's anything hidden there.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You're searching the bed. Go ahead and give me a perception check. All right, you're searching. You're pretty sure that you've been thorough. You checked on top, under the sheets, underneath the bed, and you find some trash and some clothing, but nothing that looks useful.
All right. Okay, well, if we want to bust in here, do we want to split up? Well, actually, who's got good ranged attacks?
I've got a short bow. That's Widowmaker for me. And that's why if I'm not seen, I can take advantage and I can use my stink attack on it.
Well, how about this then? Anybody with range, maybe stack up here near the bed. I can go ahead and go in, attack the closest hatchling first, then run around the corner. It'll have to follow to chase me, at which point anybody who's prepared can go ahead and launch a ranged attack. Sound good?
Okay, so everybody go ahead and roll
No.
initiative.
I would like to say one last thing.
Sure.
When we go in to attack these peoples, don't destroy all the eggs. Leave one or two that we can put in this chest that we just emptied out. Lock it. That way we can bring it back for evidence. And
Thing is, though, if they hatch overnight, we're not gonna have much of evidence. We'll have to deal with it.
no,
I'd
we
be
don't
more-
have to worry about it overnight. We're not taking it home. We're going to deliver it straight there right away. But they did
Yeah.
say they wanted evidence. We've still brought them none that we've been killing these things.
We could do that, which could be handy, but yeah, we'd want to deal with it quickly because one problem is that, as the barrel indicated, a strong wooden container is not going to hold these things if they grow. Although
Yeah.
if they are hatching, that's probably going to take time and they don't have something to feed off of. So maybe it'll be okay. So yeah, I think we could probably try it.
And I'm not talking about keeping these things overnight. I'm talking about, when we're done with the fight, take it to the guild. They've got said doorman at night.
Fair enough. All right, so we can try and save 2 eggs then. Does it look like 2 would fit in the chest?
Yeah. Two would fit, maybe three.
All right, 2 should be good enough. I'm just saying 2, that way in case something goes wrong, we kind of have a fallback. Of course, maybe having 2 hatch and there's a bad thing.
Okay.
We can figure that part out in a bit. But are we ready for the attack? Like I say, I recommend anybody, well, pretty much everybody should stay away from the door because I'm going to dart in and then dart back out. And then once they start coming through and the range attacks hit, then we can go ahead and bum rush them if necessary.
Just to be clear, mechanically speaking, we're getting a surprise round.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, actually, if we're doing that, then it may make more sense to stack up near the top of the room where that you can see the hatchlings. That way, when I run back out, then everybody can throw beforehand and move to the corner. That way, then the next round, when they have to come back in, then they'll have to come around the corner rather than have a clear shot. So basically, the first round will be range attack and move to the corner over here, and then the second round will be readying the action for if they don't get a high initiative.
All right. So has everybody rolled initiative?
I have
Unfortunately,
Oh,
Yeah, I see
Daniel.
yours are.
for the first and second fights
Since
in the campaign.
since this is a surprise round, can we go in the order we just dictated for the maximum effectiveness?
Sure, for the surprise round. So that's fine. And then we'll go through initiative once we pass that. All right, no problem. All right, so who's first?
That would be Pico for the run in, do his thing, and run out. And once he clears the door, we will take turns stepping up, taking our shots, stepping back. I think Orly will be going second with her sneaking attack.
All right, so we'll start with Pico and worry about the rest as we get there. All right, so Pico, what are you doing?
Okay, so 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and hack at this guy.
All right.
Oh, wow.
As you run into hack, you
Surprise
you're
attack doesn't
hiding
get,
from. Hold on, you are hiding. You are attacking basically from hiding since it didn't notice you. So you do have advantage. So go ahead and roll again.
All right.
All right, that hits. And what were you saying, Ragu?
just that since it was a surprise attack, that he gets advantage, and so he had another chance on the 6. The same
Okay,
thing you said.
fair enough. So yeah, you slash him for 5 points of damage. It's now notices you, so no more advantage. But it's still alive. What are you gonna do?
Jeez. Let's see. 5. Do I really want this thing to blow up in my face?
It's a 10
Right.
dex. It's on you. Chance eternal.
I'll do this a little bit differently. I'll just invoke feline agility. So I'll go ahead and move over to this guy to do the other attack.
Okay.
Okay, this time I'll try to remember the...
That's a hit.
Okay, so that's 3 points.
Fair enough. So you slash him. He's obviously going to come out of hiding. What are you going to do next?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to move here, and that's my turn.
Okay. So
Just out of curiosity, how come you're only getting half of your damage?
That's my offhand attack, so I don't get my dex bonus added to the damage.
so it's not
Yeah.
half. It's
Yeah.
just -3 or whatever.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
My mistake.
All right. So Oreo, you're going to go next. Let me move to you so your character lights up.
Yeah, so I should be. I do see the one here, so I'm gonna attack that thing. And
Okay.
again with advantage because it's the prize round. So
Oh, you're using short bow. All right, that's a hit.
this plus
And it blows up.
Nice.
You can see that the dressers behind it are on fire, but you notice that the eggs are not on fire.
and I can only shoot one because I have to reload. So my bonus I guess is to reload, and I will stay put.
Okay, so who's next?
I will go. I shall step forward aim and shooting with my light crossbow.
Okay, go for it.
Oh yes, sneaky attack.
That's a
Cert.
hit.
All right.
All right, you hit him for
5.
5 points of damage, but that's not quite enough.
All right. That will be my turn though. I have to step back away from the door now. I hope somebody else can benefit.
Fair enough. Who's next?
Anybody with range.
Yep. I believe
Points.
I have spears I can throw.
Somebody
or
throw a
javelin.
rock at it.
Javelin. That's what I have. So I'll step up, throw a javelin.
Advantage for the surprise.
I do
Roll
have
again.
it.
Okay,
Yep. My bad. Oh well.
that's still not a hit. It hits the
Yeah,
wall nearby.
Yeah, that's my turn.
And anybody else?
I have range.
Yeah, me too. You can go
Please.
first, though.
All right, Tavak, go ahead.
Okay. Wait, wrong spell, sorry. I'll do that.
That's a hit. And it explodes. And then, yeah, no problem. And then it was Galen. And are you going to do anything, Galen? And I can tell you that the combat isn't over, although you don't know why yet. So what are you going to do?
Let me take a peek in the room first. 1, 2.
One thing I can tell you that even though your passive perception isn't picking anything up, you can actively look around as an action.
Yeah. I'll search the room then.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're doing that,
Hey.
let me look at the... Oh, 21. Okay, well, here's what you notice. Go ahead and back up your character 1.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so here's what you notice. That there's a bunch of trash and stuff, and you notice that there are 2 that are currently hiding very well beneath all the trash. They've managed to somehow get it layered on themselves, so they're almost completely covered. And some of you were standing over them and not even realizing it.
Well, they
That was a
haven't taken
surprise.
attacks of opportunity yet.
They have
so
not, because
do
they've
I
been trying to
think
stay
it's-
hidden.
Do I think it's safe to back up 1 then?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna shoot this. Or actually, yeah, I'm gonna shoot this one with some fire, I guess.
Okay, go for it.
Alright. Nope.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to reset the turn order. And yeah, so reset the turn order. And this is the round 1, the first proper round 1. So Galen, is now your turn again. You've
Okay.
fired at one of them that you now you know is there. He knows you're there now. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna fire again.
Okay. And this time you hit.
Alright. Just like 3 or 4 points, right?
Yeah, 3 points, I think. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Ragu, you now know there's 2 more. The surprise round is over, and they're well aware of you, so you don't get advantage. At least not from that. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna just drop my crossbow right there in the chair, pull out my sword, take a step forward.
Go for it.
Being brave is what I do.
Yep.
Okay. And now, Charles loops here, and he doesn't have very far to go, so he has to come back. And then I make my attack.
All right.
Ammo. With
That
a
hits.
21. Excellent.
You managed to hit him for 5 points, but that's just not enough. You gash him. He's got a large gash. He's liquids coming out of him, but he's still there.
And attack. Oh, that should have been 23, not a
Yep.
advantage. Sorry.
And 23 hits.
Yes.
So you hit. He explodes. And because he had 1 hit point left. And so go ahead and ignore the roll there. Go ahead and make a DC 10 dex save, which you
Oh,
fail.
you're kidding. Again.
So you take 2 points of fire damage. And that's the end of your turn?
I will finish my movement by coming down here for anybody else to enter the room.
Fair enough. All right, Pico, you heard an explosion. What are you going to do?
1, 2, 3. Oh, they're both right there.
They were
Just
both
the
there, but one of them's been destroyed.
4. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do a pair of attacks on this guy.
That hits. All right, you hit him for 6 points of damage.
Actually, I'm gonna do this a little differently then. Two, gonna back up to here, basically drop my claw, or my other claw, throw a dart.
Okay. And that does not hit.
Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move to here and give people a clear line of fire.
Fair enough. All right, Devok, you heard an explosion as well, so what are you going to do?
Will probably move there, and I'll shoot that hatchling.
Okay, go for it. And that does not hit. It hits the ground nearby.
And I move back.
All right, Hatchling 3, seeing that it's already almost dead, just rushes forward with a blind rage towards Ragu and attempts to claw him. And he succeeds with a critical hit, doing 9 points of damage, one of which was fire. And Ragu hits the ground.
At exactly 0.
Oreo, you saw Ragu go down. What are you going to do?
Is
Marvel over your X-ray vision for starters.
I'll hit that thing. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Is there any way for me to? Okay. If I move Virgu, he's. Again, that's not. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So the hatchlings have a 1 hex radius for their explosion, unlike the.
I know, which means that Virgu still gets in the fire if anyone attacks it. So that's why I'm moving where he is. So I try to move him out of the way.
Okay. So go ahead. Okay.
I can't move him, so just move him. I want to move him out like there to the
Okay.
entrance there.
Fair enough.
And I'm staying essentially there.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Ire, you see that Ragu is down. Oreo entered the room with the hatchling. What are you going to do?
I'll enter as well. Let's see, where was I? These guys, they're not in combat.
Our room's
right?
blocked off.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And hit hatchling 3 with my flail.
Which you hit. And that destroys it. So you and Oreo go ahead and make DC 10 dex saves. Oreo makes it. And Ire makes it. Yeah, that's fine. The 15 has made it. All right, so you've taken out the hatchlings. Let me go ahead and advance one. There we go. So you've taken the hatchlings. What are you going to do now?
I don't know what the best way to dispose of these eggs is going to be. What do you guys think?
Smashy, smashy.
Just
I
hit them.
agree.
Yes.
All right.
We just
Can't
need to
burn them?
save
Smash
just,
them.
just save 2 of them. So I'll take the action of going to get 2 of the eggs and putting them in the chest.
Okay, you do so. And Ire, you start smashing.
Yep.
Okay, and Ire starts
getting it.
smashing the eggs. They're actually surprisingly tough. It takes you multiple hit swings with your weapons in order to break through and finally smash them.
Y'all want to cook some
Um,
of them?
Am I making
Ooh.
What are the
saves this
insides
entire
like?
time or no?
Say that again.
Am I
Somebody
making
needs to be
saves
helping
this entire
Ragu.
time or no?
Yeah. So go ahead and give me one death save so far.
Oh. Forgot about you.
Okay, you make one so far.
Okay. Did I already heal you with the
Med
thing,
kits,
Ragu?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I'll
you
use
did.
cure wounds on you then.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
1 second. Here's cure wounds.
And how many of those do you got?
I have 2. I have 2 slots for either cure wounds or inflict wounds, and
Okay.
I'm just gonna use one of the slots. And I'll
And
mark
you
it
used
down on
one
my spell
earlier,
sheet.
right?
No. I've only I haven't used any of my level 1 slots.
Okay, fair enough.
This is my
I'm
first
gonna
one.
collect up some of the eggshell fragments. Those we can kind of use as evidence.
Okay, fair enough. Looks like 10 points, Ragu. And
Thank you.
you guys aren't in combat, so we're going to go ahead and bypass it. You know, it might take you a couple minutes, but you get on your feet.
Oh, actually, maybe we just want to pack the fragments into the chest.
Yeah. This is getting embarrassing. Thank you again, my friend.
Of course. Don't mention it. I'm curious. I want to start looking at some of the eggs that Ire has smashed, and I don't know. I just want to like see what type of like how do they look before they're even born? Are they like yolks? Are they like what's going on here?
You're looking at them, and as far as you can tell, they they almost look like, and maybe because they're late in the cycle, but they look very much like just smaller Kylon.
It's weird. Okay.
And rather than a yolk in the egg, it seems to be a fairly mushy but still solid substance in there that they must consume. And it's a very deep reddish substance.
I don't like that.
Don't forget to lock that chest, by the way.
Yes, that was the idea behind using it.
Yeah. Do I have to roll for it to lock it again?
No, you already unlocked it, so I'm assuming you already know how the lock works.
Okay, I lock it.
All right. Searching the room. Does it look like there's anything of interest other than the eggs?
So yeah, you see the piles of trash and the shelves. You can see a couple of, you see like a broken piece of pottery, perhaps. You see some broken pieces that were probably sold in the general store. Various tools and stuff. Nothing terribly useful. It looks like whoever owned it probably just left the junk here. You see trash. You can see cobwebs. Up until recently, this place hadn't really seen any activity. You see debris and more, faded. You see this faded reddish covering to the tables that used to be, the main tables for the shop. But unfortunately, you're not really seeing anything useful. It's almost like the place has been looted long ago.
All right. Okay. How is everybody? Do we want to risk moving this thing and start dealing with the young?
I was wondering
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
How
let's
thick
do
are
it.
these walls?
The walls would probably be maybe half a foot.
Solid walls.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. They're wooden walls, but this is a large building, and it was clearly quite sturdy. I mean, it's less sturdy now than it used to be, but it's still a fairly sturdy building.
Are there any holes in the walls, say over here or here?
No, you're not seeing any holes in the walls. There's some on the roof, which you already know about, but the walls seem to be in pretty good shape.
All right. What about the door itself?
The door is a solid oak door, which you've had barred to keep the things out. You can see there's a small gap underneath. You can see it's not locked, but it is just an oak door.
I was thinking the shooting fish in a barrel, but
Oh, you mean basically just having equivalent of gun ports to shoot through?
yes. Well, actually, with Char, how did bouncing around on the rafters work?
Seemed to work fine. But he's just a small bird, so that doesn't tell you much.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ori, Pico, can you guys be seeing how much room there is up there quietly? Although I'm pretty sure they know we're here, they can't get out.
Yeah. How?
I can try climbing
here.
up there.
Yeah, if you guys jump up to like say approximately here, then you should be able to, see past the rafters and shoot
Okay.
down on them.
You hear
Keep
me?
them.
How high is the wall?
It's probably a good 10 feet or so.
Yeah, so we've got a climbing speed of 20. We should be able to scale that thing pretty easily. What do we need to make to be just a regular stealth to make it to the top without trying to get any attention?
That's if that's what you're trying to do, yeah.
That's what she'll do.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so
Is that chest sturdy? Isn't it? And is it 3 feet high?
it would be probably about 1.5 feet or so.
All right, not 3 feet. What all the bed is 3 feet high about?
Yeah, the bed is about the height as normal bed, so yeah.
Okay. I can after they climb up, of course, I can stand very quietly up on the bed, and my head and shoulders will be able to peek out from, behind and between their feet, and I also should be able to pick up my crossbow.
Okay, so yeah, Oreo manages to make it up without any issues, and they don't seem to notice her.
I'm sure the dresser is taller than the chest.
It is.
Oh, yeah. I'll use that instead if I need to. Or does somebody else need to use that?
No, I brought it to your attention so that you could do that.
Alrighty, I will use the dresser. And my extra weight on the dresser will help keep the door shut.
All right. So, Oreo, as you go over, due to your high perception, actually, I guess it'd be this one. No, it is this one. All right. Due to your high perception, you notice that one of the young is hiding in the trash over here. And you see the other two seem to be milling about, with one of them standing near the stairs.
But they haven't
want to
paid attention
careful.
to us, right?
Sorry, say it again.
They haven't seen us yet.
Yeah, because you made your stealth rolls just fine. So yeah, they haven't noticed you.
Okay.
I want to carefully inspect the trash for any others, and I noticed there's a body in the corner, but let's see. Yeah, that doesn't do me any good.
Okay, yeah, you look around at the other trash pile, but it looks like trash.
All right. Well, I'm going to hold up 3 fingers and point down there. Although I honestly think we've probably got more than 3 in there.
All right. I guess I will probably have everybody. Sorry, I'll have everybody roll initiative.
Yeah, I guess if we, since we've got them locked up, if we start throwing weapons, at least we can.
I was gonna say, is there any way that at least the 3 of us that are up there, if we have ranged weapons, we could have at least tried to do a surprise round ahead
Yeah,
of...
you can have your surprise round. I'm just getting the initiative thing started.
Okay.
I think we should get up all on one of them to start with.
Are you effing kidding me, dude? Holy...
Well, you guys can go in whatever order you want for the surprise round, and then you're just last once the regular round starts. All right, so who wants to go first? Oh, wait, has everybody rolled initiative? All right, I'm going to take that as a yes. So go ahead. Who wants to go first?
Now, before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and equip 2 darts.
Okay.
I was gonna say if Aya or Devak or whoever has a good range attack wants to try and stand on the bed and just kind of get a head over because you're just casting a spell rather than aiming a bow.
Okay.
Okay. I can't see anything over the. Oh.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
was on
Okay.
No, I can't move back.
Well, I'm just going to put you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just stay there.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and throw at Kylon Young 1.
Okay.
Okay, so
And you have advantage.
I'll roll it any. Okay, no, it's just a regular attack there.
All right. 7 points,
All right, then I'll go ahead and do the offhand with the other.
which hits.
All right, and that is going to be a whopping 1 point.
All right. So he looks like he's around half health, but he's definitely there and now is looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and do the same one
All right, go
with
for
my
it.
short bow.
All right. That's a hit.
That, and then is it down?
It
or
explodes.
Is it still up?
And let's see, 2. You are in the rafters. I'll probably say you're just out of range, Pico. Because you're in the rafters.
All
That's
right.
it. I stay put.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go ahead.
Devak?
I'm thinking 2, but
Who are you shooting?
2.
All right, you shoot at 2, but unfortunately hits the ground nearby. All right, who's next? Oh, wait, no, let's go back. Sorry. You have advantage because it's a surprise round, so go ahead and roll again. Go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast again.
I am.
All right, that one hit, so go ahead and roll damage. All right, so you hit him for 4 points. All right, so who's next?
go.
All right,
11.
an 11, that does not hit anybody.
Yeah.
And then Galen, do you want to go, or Ire, do you want to go?
I don't really care. Doesn't matter to
I
me.
can step back and you can step forward.
All right, Galen, go ahead.
Just-
What are you doing?
Sure. Alright, I have to use my fire spell since I don't have any other ranged abilities.
Okay,
Half
Do I
damage
still get
for the win.
advantage?
you still get advantage, yeah.
Okay, sick. There we go.
And the
Yeah,
critical hit.
that's very lucky.
Nice.
So that's
5 points of
enough to
damage.
take him out. He explodes.
Ooh, nice.
And then
Very nice.
finally, Ire, what are you doing?
Oh.
Check
Can
the
I?
You can
think
go
I can-
there and fire and move back. You have to be in your own
Yeah.
hex at the end of your turn.
Okay, I'll throw a javelin.
At who? I guess just one left. Fair enough. Go ahead.
Yeah, just.
At
Oh
me.
wow.
Yep,
God,
which hits the trash nearby. And go ahead and move.
Yep.
All right, at this point in time, I'm going to resort. This is round 1, and it's a normal round. So, Devak, what are you going to do?
Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it. And you hit.
Right.
For 10 points of damage, and it's a grievous wound, but it is still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
You might want to move because this thing's probably going to blow up this round.
Yeah, so I'll put you back there, and you can move yourself from there. All right, Galen.
Hey, I guess, can I see the hatchling, or sorry, can I see the young from here, or do I have to
Um,
move?
yeah, I mean, at this point in time, the you can go over. So yeah, you could see him here. I can move you over if that'll help.
Okay, sure. I'll just shoot fire at him as well.
Okay, go for it.
Ah,
All right, does not hit.
yep.
Are you gonna do anything else?
Uh, no, I don't think so. I'll just
Fair enough. All
back
right,
up.
Ragu, what are you gonna do?
I shall move forward again when Galen moved, and I shall aim, and Char will fly over here, flutter in his face, and then hit the rafters up here.
Not in his place.
Fair enough.
Up in his face. Um, and I am very sorry, Pico and Ori, because if this
It's
hits,
well, no. The thing is, we're in the rafters, so I'm still considered 20 feet up.
oh right, 10 feet. Okay, you guys are good.
That hits, and it explodes. And at this point in time, you notice one of the creatures get out from the trash, and
That's what I was
and then he
expecting.
runs down the stairs.
Ah, shit.
Into the room we go.
Oh, that's gonna be a scary room.
All right,
Yep.
and Pico. There are no more in this room, but you saw one of them head downstairs. So what are you going to do?
Well, we could do this. We could wait a minute just to see if anything comes back up. And then if it's clear, then we can go ahead and unbarricade the door. I don't want to drop down with no good exit strategy.
But if there is an escape route down there, then he's getting away.
That's technically true. All right, fine. Just unbarricade the door. I'll go take a look.
All right, I'm going to go.
I've got
sure?
I was
I'll
gonna
go
say,
ahead
I've
and
got stealth. I would.
move to the next map.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Can I just
Char
go?
flutters down, Ori.
Yeah, can I go with stealth though?
Well, it's still on Pico's turn, so you can go when we go
Got
through.
it.
So, all right. So, Pico, you have just gone down the stairs. You see one of the young hanging out. You see this stone basement. You can see you see debris, you see cobwebs, but from your limited vantage point, you just see the one creature that's right there.
Alrighty. Well, what the heck? Claw, claw.
Go for it. Okay, the first one hits for 6 points. Second one hits
For 4.
4 points, and it is still alive. About 1/3 health.
I'm retreating back up the steps.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry.
Okay, you have reached the top. And go ahead and move. Do you have any movement left? Go ahead and finish moving.
Alright. I'm going to. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Hold on. There we go. I think. Oh, what the heck? Okay, there we go. Where's. Oh, there's like a barrel thing here, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and hide in that.
Okay, you hide the barrel. All right, Ire, you. The door is now unbarricaded. Let me make sure it's deleted. It is open already. All right. And you saw Pico go down the stairs and come back up, and you saw the sound of fighting from underneath. What are you going to do?
I'm going to call out there's at least 2 down there, one extremely injured.
I'll run down. 1, 2, 4, 5.
All right, you're going to go down.
Yep.
There's going to be 2 of you temporarily to avoid the issue from before. So you reach the bottom. You see at least one of the Kylon in the basement. What are you going to do? Now you
Go
see
ahead.
at least 3.
Yep. I'll go ahead and swing at this one in front of me. Number 5.
Okay. And that's a hit. And it explodes, so go ahead and make a DC 10 dex save.
Not so lucky that time.
All right, you take 7 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you move more, or you? What's going on?
Oh, no, that's it. That's the end of my turn.
No, are
All
you
right.
down?
No, I'm not down.
All right,
Okay.
Oreo. So Ragu went down. You heard an explosion. What are you going to do?
If I jump down, how much movement does that take up?
I'd probably say 5 feet.
Wait, I jumped down. Then,
Okay.
just down. Yep. Put me down. That's 20 feet.
All right, I'm going to do the same thing. So you were there. All right, Oreo, you see Ire standing right in front of you, and he tells you there's 2 more. What are you going to do?
Where do you see them though?
I don't think you can see them from your point of view because you're blocked by the
Right.
walls around you. So you'd have to actually step forward to see them.
Okay, that's fine. Movement and with a. Do they know that Ire's there?
Oh yeah,
technically?
there's an explosion. They all know he's there. There's no surprise.
Oh, but he isn't considered melee in front of 6, right?
Yeah, let me go ahead and move him. He would probably be around there.
Yeah, I think Ire cast Booming Flail.
Am I considered, if he's standing right in front of me, is he considered obstructing my view though?
Somewhat. They probably heard you come down and everything, though, so they know you're
No,
there.
it's not that. I want to shoot an arrow, but if I'm behind some sort of cover, even with an ally, I've got a disadvantage on it.
Oh, yeah, I guess in that case that would be true. You can move up 1, though, and then you would no
I
longer have a problem.
Well, I can't be in his space though, right? That's what you said from.
You can't end the turn in his space. Meaning, if you have at least 2 hexes, you can move forward into a space, shoot, and then move back. Of
Yeah, but
course,
then I'm
then
gonna
he can get
endure.
an opportunity attack on you. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
what I meant is you can move right here.
I can't. That's my full movement.
Oh, yeah, then you're stuck. Yeah.
I'm going to hold my action until I have a better view. If I have a better view, which means anytime I have no disadvantage, I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so it is now the beginning of round 2. So I'm going to move back up here. We're going to have delete Oreo there. So Devok. Oreo.
How did Ire get deleted?
Ire is downstairs. Ire and Oreo are downstairs, so I deleted them.
Oh, is there a separate downstairs
Yeah, there's a
initiative table?
Oh, I'm sorry. It got confused and deleted. Okay, my bad. Let me find what Ire's thing was. All right, so
Oh, in fact, Oreo's missing from that too.
yeah, so Ire had a 6 from before, so let me fix that.
I thought it was weird that I was last.
And Pico, or she had what?
I had a
I'm
4.
on
I
there.
already fixed it. I put
Oh,
4.
okay. Fair enough. All right. Anyway, Devok, what are you going to do?
There's.
All right. I guess I'll just move you down manually so we don't run into the same problem again. All right.
Hello.
All right. You just come down the stairs. You see Oreo and you see Oreo and Ire, and you can hear the creatures to the north. What are you going to do?
I can't see them, can I?
You can see one of them.
And I'll use Eldritch Blast.
I think from that vantage point, you can only see part of them, so you probably under partial cover. But if you move over to here, then you'll be able to see them fully.
I don't have the movement for that. So
Okay, so yeah, I don't remember what the rule is exactly, but I think it's a -2 or something like that. So just go ahead and roll with a -2.
I got a 4.
Oh, well, that's a miss.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, back up to the rest of the group. It is now Ragu. Most of the people have gone down the stairs. You can hear the sounds of combat. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna. Well, let me find out where I am first. Oh, okay, there we are. Okay, well, Char's gonna fly down, obviously, and I'm gonna run down 5, 10. I don't know how long the
Oh, yeah,
stairs are.
no problem. I will bring you down there. I'm just going to do it manually, like I said before. All right, you are now downstairs. If you scroll down the map, you'll see. You'll eventually see yourself. Oh, I thought we brought Char already.
Char got left on the roof outside.
Fair enough.
I
Okay.
can't get him through the wall though. Okay.
Fair enough. Anyway, you see the rest of the group, and you can hear the presence of the creatures, although you probably can't see them from there. So what are you going to do?
Oh, I can see them perfectly clearly. This is where the stairs come out, right here where I am.
Yeah. But there's a wall between you and the guy to the north. So you'd have to step forward in order to be able to shoot or anything.
Oh, I see the stairs there. Okay, so there's a wall there where my hit bar is.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to step around the corner here, shoulder to shoulder with Iyer.
Okay.
And swing away.
Go for it.
Wait a second. There, sorry. 23, but that shouldn't have been advantage.
Okay. Well, it does hit.
Okay.
All right. So you strike him for 6 points of damage, making a large gash. Is that the end of your turn?
And punch.
All right.
Miss.
You punch at him, but it just bounces off his hard side.
All right. And now I have to step back because I can't finish right there.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Then finally, we're going to move on to Galen. Like I said before, most people have gone downstairs. It's just you and Pico up here now. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna head downstairs.
All right. So I'll just move you.
Oh.
Pardon the movement here.
Don't worry about it.
So if you scroll, you'll eventually see your character.
Yeah, I can
And you
see my
are
character.
on top of Ragu, so you can't end your turn there. But there's creatures to the north, but there's a wall between you and them, and so you have to step out before you can attack.
Okay, 4, 5. Oh, actually, I'd make my 5th movement here. I'm gonna try and do shocking grasp on number 6 here.
Fair enough.
Right. Hold up.
All right, you use shocking grasp, but it doesn't seem to have any effect.
Yeah.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think it is.
All right, it looks like the Kylon finally get to move. All right, so the Kylon 4 rushes up. He was the one that was upstairs. Actually, no, he wasn't. That was Kylon 3. Anyway, so he rushes up and attacks you.
No, Kylon 4 was the one. There were 3 up there that we killed. Number 4 was the one that popped up and ran down.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So he runs up to attack you, but you easily step out of the way. And then finally, we come to Pico, who is still upstairs. Everybody else has gone down. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go downstairs as well.
Okay, so that's 2 hexes of movement. Let me go ahead and move you down. And you are on top of Ragu, so you can't end your turn there. To the north, the creatures. There's a wall between you and the creatures, so you have to step out before you can attack. What are you going to do?
3. Oh, shoot. Oh, God. I'm trying to. Is that one. Kylon 4 has been damaged?
Kylon 4 has been damaged, yeah. Oh, wait, no, it hasn't. Kylon 6 has been damaged. Oh, it's the one right here.
Okay, I'm going to do something a little different here then. I'm going to go ahead and. How do I want to mix this up? All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit Kylon 4 with my main attack.
Okay, and that hits.
5 points. And then I'm going to hit Kylon 6 with the secondary, which does a whopping 1 point.
Okay. So yeah, you cut into them, but they're fairly minor blows, and they're both still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm going to go ahead and move over to here and check the state of this door.
So as you're so you're trying to move past the enemies. So how are you getting past them?
Can I just kind of leap over them and then just roll out of it to keep going?
Sure. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check. And that'll be against an 11, which you make. So you tumble, and you get past them, and you reach the door, which is open.
All right.
And inside you see a larger room with a stack of more of the stone bodies and pillars. You get the sense that perhaps it's not the time to enter.
Oh, I definitely know that. This is more of a. In fact, if I had the action economy for it, I'd be closing the door right now.
Fair enough. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that is it.
All right. Kylon 6 is going to scratch at Galen. And he hopes it's more than a scratch. 15, which hits.
Yep.
And so you take 5 points of damage as it claws into you, with one of that point being from fire.
Ow.
All right, Ire. You can see that Galen has been struck. You can see that there are 2 creatures with the one closest to you the most hurt. What are you going to do? Ire.
I will hit number 6 with my flail.
Okay.
Hopefully, oh no, I will not. Never mind. I take it back.
Well, you did hit a 6 in a manner of speaking.
Yeah,
Alrighty,
that's
you smash your flail with the force of 1,000 suns right into the stones at the creature's feet. All right, Oreo. I don't know why it's not highlighting you, but whatever. It is now your turn.
So in order
She's just too stealthy for that.
in order to move into this side, I have to do a acrobatics. You said?
With a DC of 11. If you're assuming you're going to try to go through them and not around. Okay, you make it.
And then I'm going to attack 6.
Fair enough. And the first attack glances off their hide.
She has advantage.
Why?
Galen.
Oh, Galen.
Flanking.
That's true. Let's go ahead and roll again. All right, never mind. It hits. For 9 points of damage, causing it to explode. Or okay, more than 9 points. So let's see. That would be. Well, the walls are there, so those are going to block Devok and Ragu, but Oreo, Ire, and Galen make dex saving throws.
Uh-oh.
So Oreo takes 11, Ire takes 11, and Galen.
That's a big hit. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down too.
Galen, did you make your roll?
No, not yet. 1 second.
DC 10 dex save.
Yeah, dex save, yeah.
Okay,
Nope.
you also
Not
take
at all.
11.
11? Oh, I'm dead and
Yeah,
gone.
that's a huge roll.
Yeah, so you're at 0.
Yeah, I'm absolutely destroyed.
All right, it's now the beginning of round 3. Sorry about that. Devok, you just saw this explosion. You saw Ire and Galen go down. You don't see Oreo from where you are, but one of the creatures has died. The other one is slightly hurt. What are you going to do?
Okay, so there's one left, and it's that one.
Yeah.
Probably a bad idea to kill it now, while you guys are right there.
But
Lose
they're
death
they're
save.
already down. We need to stabilize them, man.
That's why I'm saying it's a bad idea to attack it.
Oh, I think the idea is that with it down, the damage is kind of already done.
It'll take more after.
So if it explodes, is it going to kill them any more than they're
So
already
what
dead?
will happen
Lose
is if
a
they're in
death save.
range, they'll fail one death save from the damage.
Yeah, that's why I asked earlier. So we just lose one death save. So if you guys can get rid of it
Yeah,
before
kill it.
our rounds get to it.
All
Kill
right,
it
you
in one
fire
round or stabilize them.
and hit the wall behind them. All right.
If you've got movement or anything, try and get. Oh, okay.
No, that's fair. Devok, do you want to move?
Ryan, what?
You fired and you missed, but you can still move.
Yeah, I was asking what he
Don't-
was saying.
Oh, sorry. I said if you want to try and get somebody out of the way.
Yeah, I'll try and move Ire this way.
All right. I will say that, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let you use a bonus action to move him. Where are you moving him to? He's out of range there, so you can leave him there, but you can move him somewhere else if you want.
Yeah, I'll leave him there.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu, fortunately you were protected by the wall between you and the creatures, but you heard the explosion and you heard people fall to the ground and saw Ire. So what are you going to do?
And I know what the sound of a soft cat falling sounds like. I know what's going on. All right, Char, swoop in here. Gonna finish over here though.
Okay.
Running up. Literally just hauls balls. Ah!
And you hit. And that's a critical hit. Can you finish it in one hit? You do. It explodes. So Galen and Oreo, you take one death save. Ragu, make a DC 10 dex save. And you take 7 points of damage from the fire.
All right. The rest of my movement is running over to grab Ori and pick her up and... Well, no. We're still in combat.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the combat because you haven't actually entered the other room yet. So you guys can act normally. So what do you guys do?
Stabilize Oreo, stabilize Galen, stabilize Ire. Well, wait.
Oh,
Devok, come stabilize Oreo and Galen. I will go stabilize Ire.
So to stabilize Ire, you need to make an intelligence check. To stabilize Galen or Oreo or a mending cantrip.
I don't have a mending cantrip unless somebody else does, but I do have Tinker's Tools and Artificer's
I'm
Lore.
pretty sure Devok, he just put it in there. He has Spare the Dying. You don't even need to do that. He has a cantrip. Let him do it all three.
He can't do it to Ire. Spare the Dying doesn't work on Ire. A mend spell will.
If you get me out, I use mending. But...
Yeah, so go ahead and use your Tinker's Tools then with intelligence.
Okay.
What's the stabilizing roll?
It doesn't matter because he used Spare the Dying, so
Yeah.
they're
Oh, okay,
they're
okay.
fine.
In that case, this door, does it have a lock on it?
It does.
I want to close it and lock it.
Okay. It is now closed and locked. In fact,
Right.
I'm going to actually really close it. There you go. Oh, dang it. That's on the wrong layer, isn't it? Sorry about that. Okay, now it's closed. All right.
Did that get Ire up, or do we still need a mending spell?
Oh, yeah, that got him up.
All right. So one question I do have about this place is, what kind of walls are we dealing with here?
So down here, it seems to be stone walls, and these seem to be rather thick.
All right.
And it's stone floors. The ceiling, even though the top was wood, down here it seems to have a layer of stone that the wood is built on top of. And it seems almost like this was some sort of shelter or something. I mean, if you look at the crates and everything, it looks like goods from a store, but it's built like a shelter.
Ragu, can you break a hole in the wall?
I will make every attempt to.
The one right next to you would be fine for this.
All right. What do I need to do here?
Because I'm assuming it's mortared stone. If you can break the rocks out and expose earth behind there, that's what I'm looking for.
Yes. Would Tinker's tools or just a dagger be good enough to get in the grout and then pull out a rock or break out a rock or however I need to do that?
Okay, I guess a dagger would be fine. Go ahead and make a strength check
Right.
using your dagger.
Bonuses are just straight? Just straight.
I think it's just straight.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're trying to dig out these rocks, or you basically, I mean, if you look at it, they are fairly tight fitted, and looks like there's some mortar, but you're digging at it, and they are fairly large stones and well just constructed, and you're just not having any luck.
Yeah, these are very sturdy walls.
Hyder, are you able to smash any of them out?
I mean, I can try. Can't make any promises though.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't have any tools in particular to really help with this.
I hand him my dagger if it'll help.
Well, actually, hold on. Failing that, the
Why are we
walls, of
trying
course,
to break
kind of need to be. I'll get to that in a moment. The walls need to be load bearing, but I guess the floor doesn't. Would it be easier to try to pull up any floor tiles?
Okay. Sure. So go ahead. How are you gonna pull up the floor tiles?
crowbar and lever?
Okay. And do you have said crowbar?
I do.
All right.
It is
Go
in my
ahead.
equipment, second from the top.
Fair enough. Go ahead and make a strength check then.
With assistance or no?
It depends if you get help. If you get help, then you can roll
Yeah,
with advantage.
I can help him.
Okay.
I'll help him.
So, all right. It's a lot of work because these are large slabs and they're fairly large, but you're able, after probably spending 10 minutes on it, able to get one of the slabs up.
That's good enough. All right, and underneath there's just earth?
Right.
Perfect. All right, so hopefully this isn't going to be important, but I'm going to plan for a rainy day here. I am going to start using mold earth to basically scoop earth up through this hole, and I want to park a couple of cubic hexes worth up here.
Cubic hexes of dirt.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of park them in the corner along here, basically along the southern wall.
All right.
Don't
So
we want to put a big slab in front of the door there, or what are we doing?
Well, Now, if we thought we needed to go ahead and rest overnight, I feel a little more comfortable about this, and I was planning on blocking up these stairs, although I could park them at that dirt at that door as well. But given that this is an interior wall here to the north, I think we're better served blocking the stairs than we are the door.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could do both. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from scooping out more earth.
Got you.
Okay. All right. So you scooped up a bunch of dirt. So what are you doing?
Okay, well, now that that's there, I just wanted to make sure I was even viable first before bothering with that. But so, what are, well, of course, a long rest is pretty much out of the question. What options do, well, actually, everybody's still got their hit die, right?
Yeah, you
Yes.
can take a breather, and for every hit die you spend, you can rest for 10 minutes and then roll your hit die.
Okay, well, 10 minutes, I mean, we only have one hit die anyway, so 10-minute rest could help people there.
So yeah, if you guys want to take 10 minutes and spend your hit die, go ahead and do so.
Wait, are we doing the one hit die 10-minute rest, or were you talking about taking a short rest?
I was thinking the 10-minute rest, but I mean, we could potentially do a short rest if we thought that we couldn't get far enough. I mean, the dirt's there just in case we have to do a rainy day on the on this last fight. But
Okay.
if we can top up, I mean, it'd probably be better to just deal with it now. I can burn my other spell slot on good berries, so I can get us 10 hit points guaranteed.
Actually, not a
Okay.
bad idea.
So it looks like Oreo rested for 10 minutes and gained back 5 hit points. Ragu gained 8, so I guess that puts you
Let's
up
see
at
what I
full.
get. Where is my hit?
Yeah.
Galen
Yeah.
gains back 3.
No.
Amazing.
Uh,
Yeah.
Time well spent.
God damn it. I'm at
let's
4, baby.
go, dude.
And
What
Ayers
the
a full.
hell? You want to give me some of those?
No.
Okay.
Has Galen already gotten some of his own healing? Have you healed
I
yourself, Galen,
haven't.
with your
I-
medical kit?
Don't know if I'm allowed to heal myself with the med kit.
If you haven't yet,
I would say you probably can, although it's harder. So I'm going to actually make you make a medicine check.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. No
but
problem.
that'll still give you the D6 plus 4 plus your.
Yeah, if he makes his medicine
extra
check, then
bonus.
it'll work just like normal.
In that case,
Now hold on. Rather than burn those supplies, I could just go. I mean, since Oreo's still down a certain amount because she didn't get filled up, I could just create good berries, and that's enough to. That should get everybody close to topped off. Because how many do you need, Oreo?
4.
And then how about you, Devok?
That's 2.
So that's 6. So do you need more than 4 berries?
nah, 4
Galen?
exactly.
All right, that's perfect.
Would we need
I'll
to
go-
do a short rest then to get you your slots back, or do you think we could still go in?
No, I
Well-
only get these back on a long rest, but I think for what we're in for, it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you spend your spell slot, create 10 berries, and that is enough to put Oreo, Devok, and Galen back up to full.
Awesome.
We only get spells back once per week.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you have a thing like Arcane Recovery or whatever, the equivalent. The other thing is you can, if you look at the rules, you can also spend a hit die to gain back 1 spell slot or 1 class feature on a short rest. But obviously you can't use that for healing, so that's not going to work right now.
I gain back my spell slots every short rest, though, right?
I don't know.
Are
Let's
you
see.
a warlock?
I think a sorcerer is on long rest, isn't it?
Sorcerer is, yeah, it's long
Yeah,
rest for
sorcerer is
Sorcerer's
on
long
long
rest
rest.
as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna vote again.
The only one who
Yes.
gets them back on a short rest
the
definitively is a
warlock?
warlock.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, spell recovery sucks a lot at low level, but should get better once we have a lot of slots.
That's fine. I mean, I have cantrips that are perfectly usable as well, so it doesn't bother me.
Okay. All right, so you guys have spent your 10 minutes, and then you cast good berries and consume them. Everybody's up at full. So what do you do?
Let's head in.
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and lock the door unless Oreo wants to do the honors with her key.
Or
Okay.
open the door.
Yep.
What if I
Let me get to it real quick. Yeah, there we go. And it is open.
Now, we're probably dealing with the adolescent here, so we're probably going to want to have a plan. We'll probably need the heavier armored guys to go in first. And God, I'm really nervous about this thing exploding too. Plus, we don't know if it's got any backup. Oh, do we want to search this room first? Although, yeah, it's probably looks
That's
like it's already
why
well looted.
that's why I wanted to kind of go in by myself if it was alright with you guys trying stealth just to see where the hell it is.
Sure.
What idea?
Go ahead and make a stealth
Okay.
check then. And okay. Oh wow, yeah, no problem. So go ahead and move yourself 1 hex. Okay.
Okay. I see you. All right. I look back at Ire because I guess we're in front of the door, and I just point directly to, so from where you're standing to the, it's all the way down the room, but I'm just pointing to you as in it's all the way down there in this direction. So if you were to be looking in this corner and look
Mm-hmm.
straight to the far end, that's where it's at. But because it hasn't noticed me, right?
It seems to be hiding, and it is looking your general direction. But I'm assuming that you just kind of went through the door and peeked around. If you actually
Okay.
went through the door fully, you're pretty sure it would notice you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna back out then and inform the rest that it's literally like, oh man, I had to choose black. Hold on. Uh, where's the color changer? Here. So it's like in this corner. Can you guys see the circle I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's literally straight down as soon as you go through the door.
Do you want me to charge in? I can just run in there and.
Well, I mean, it's gonna
Wait,
notice you immediately if you come in anyway. So if we
I
give them,
have a sneaky idea if you are being sneaky. Does
it's gonna
anybody have a
notice me.
small?
It's gonna notice me even when I come in. That's the thing I already got. So there's no
Okay,
sneaking in right now.
So what I'm going to
all
have
right,
you do
noted.
is just go ahead and roll for initiative.
But I've got an idea. Still gonna be a
What's
good
the
idea.
idea?
I reach into my pouch and I take out my shiny metal hip flask. I'm asking Ori if she can quietly place it over here somewhere so that I can stand in the door on this side, where she's standing, and be able to see the creature. Kind of like a little mirror. Just a little reflection. Can I see a little reflection of the creature with my mirror?
I mean, I was able to peek around there without necessarily getting noticed, but is that
It's a
gonna take
little
any?
flask. It's a little thing just to set it down there. Little
Is
black furry paws.
what's the follow-up action to that though? Because is that gonna be an action for me?
I think it'd probably be your free action because you're allowed to do one simple thing as you're moving.
So what is it? What is it you're doing? Because technically in the turn order, I'm going first.
This is before. I know we just rolled initiative, but this is before actual attacking. If you can just set it there, we're not going to actually start combat just this second.
Yeah, no, let's put it this way. I did it.
Okay.
What's next?
What's next is you step out of the way. I step right over here so
And
that
then
I'm
you
on this
look in the
side of the door.
mirror. You look in the mirror, and you
Mhm.
see trash. You see a pillar, but you don't see the creature because it's behind the trash that's been piled up. You would actually have to go out into the room and place it, or be able to see from a person's viewpoint.
Yeah, there's a big pile of trash literally just around the right corner of it, and there's no way of.
So, okay.
So yeah, I mean, she could, as she's going out, she could possibly place it in a better location somewhere, but you're probably going to have a hard time getting the kind of viewpoint you want.
Well, I just needed to see it. Like, well, wait a second. Here's an idea. Is my sword shiny, or can I? Does it have enough of a polish on it?
Probably.
Okay, instead of the flask here, give that back. I will stand here next to the door. I can standing on one side of the door so that my right shoulder is right up against the door frame and the door is open to the front of me. I can use the top couple inches of my sword at much higher elevation to see the creature.
Okay, you're seeing a large pile of trash, and you can see probably a little bit of hide that Oreo noticed, perhaps. But yeah, you can't see the whole creature yet. So you
I
do
don't
see
need to
part
see
of
the
it.
whole creature. I just need to see part of it.
Okay, you see it then.
Excellent. And actually, I'm just going to cheat and do this real quick here, Jeremy. Put that there. 1 second. Perfect.
So what is it you're trying to do?
Well, now that I can see him, we're on this side, and I'm just going to be hitting him over and over and over again with Mind Sliver until he actually moves out of his little space of ambush.
And how are you hitting with Mind Sliver?
I can see him, and he's 60 feet away or less. I don't need direct line of sight. I just need to be able to see him. Because
Okay.
Mind Sliver is not an aim spell. It's a psychic hit.
All right. Sights.
One creature that you can see.
Sights.
And if I can see him, it's the same thing with the Medusa paradox.
All right. Let me check real quick.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd open it up and check myself. I thought it was, it's just a creature that you can see. It doesn't say line of sight or direct line of sight or anything. It just says as long as I can see him. And he is 60 feet away or less.
Do.
And then as soon as he moves out of his position of ambush, so he is not prepared, we can rush in
Yeah, that's fine.
armored up front.
Yeah, that's fine. For now, I'll just say it works. So you are able to cast Mind Sliver. Does that mean that you're going to skip everybody else, take your turn, and then go through initiative?
That's what I needed to ask everybody. Do I just sit here and keep blasting him with Mind Sliver until he actually freaking moves so that we can get in the room without getting a direct line of sight ambush? Or do you want me to just hit him once and then we run in? Because I can just keep hitting until he decides to move. That's really the easiest thing.
I agree with that.
That works. It works. I mean, otherwise, I can go ahead and anger the thing and bring it back this way.
Yeah, but that puts you in line of sight in case it can do something that we don't know of. So, yeah, okay. I will.
Okay, go ahead and roll your Mind Sliver. All right, well, see if it makes it. No, wrong thing. Dang it. Sorry about that. Intelligence. And 11, 3 points. It makes the roll. It does notice it, though. It did notice. So at this point in time, are you guys actually going to wait for it to move, or do you want me to start running it through?
I think we're just going to keep hitting it until it decides to move so that we can get in a good place.
All right, I'm just going to go ahead and move them then.
Okay. Do I hit him a couple more times, see if one of them actually hit? Or does he
No,
just...
it can tell you were trying to hit, and so it definitely moves right up to the doorway, and that's all I can do. It's on this turn, so I'm going to assume that at this point in time, everybody wants to do stuff. So,
Oh, yeah.
Oreo, what are you going to do?
This is normal first round, right?
It's a normal first round, yes.
Moving in would put me in range. So
I mean, it can see you guys now, so yeah.
Oh no, it's not that. About whether I move in or not, because that would provoke an opportunity attack. Um,
Well, you only provoke opportunity attacks when you leave his range. So you could go in
yeah.
and go all the way
So
behind
if
him, for
I,
example.
yeah, I guess. When is he? All right, fine. Okay, so I'll do that, and then I'll attack it.
Fair enough. And that definitely hits. All right, so
Offhand.
you stab him for 9. That hits again. And you stab him for 4.
And yep, I stay put.
All right, so at the end of your turn, at the end of your turn, this heat wave erupts from him. So anybody within 15 feet, which would be Oreo and Ragu and Ire and Devok, and I think Pico would be blocked by the wall. So basically, anybody in that line needs to make a DC 10 con save.
Do that. Dice. Of course.
So Devok takes 5 points of heat damage, or basically fire damage. And that was its one legendary action. So that's Oreo. Are you doing anything else, Oreo?
That's it.
All right, Pico, you just saw this the air warping in front of you, and you saw Devok, reel in shock, and his clothes flamed for a moment before it dissipated. What are you going to do?
Whoa. Well, I'm guessing whatever it is close. So let's see. And of course, it's God, what a horrible place to be. All right, I am going to. Oh, that's not great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attack the thing with my claws.
All right. So 18's a hit. So that's 7 points.
I will continue to attack the thing with my claws for another 5.
Okay, so you slashed him several times with your claws, and he's definitely hurting.
You have advantage on each of those, just in case.
Oh. All right, well, let me re-roll on the first one and the second one, just in case I would have gotten a crit.
Okay, go for it. All right.
Nope, okay. All right, well, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go here since that's sort of breaks its line of sight.
Okay, and Pico, one. Oh no, you didn't begin your turn then. Never mind. Oh yeah, you're good. All right, the adolescent then. It is now his turn, and what he does is. Yep. So he is going. He spits forward. He opens his mouth. His seamless face splits, and this oil sprays out of his mouth through the door, through the line. So Ragu, Ire, Devok, go ahead and make a DC 10 Dex save.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and Devok. All right, so Devok and Ire, you were covered in this sticky oil, and you gain 1 level of exhaustion, and you're vulnerable to fire. So if you look on your character sheet, you can see the exhaustion table. Just click on 1. and you are vulnerable to fire, so any fire damage is doubled for 1 minute. All right, Ragu, you avoided the fate of being vulnerable to fire and exhausted, so what are you going to do?
Gonna fly over here and fly up this way. So he's got like a.
You have to talk louder.
Sorry, I said Char's gonna fly over this way, and then he's gonna fly up here. So there's like a pillar or something. He can peek behind cover, but he's like at least 70% cover.
Okay.
And as he's fluttering in his face, I'm literally just gonna run up. And let's see, click on that. And
A suggestion, Ragu, because right now, if you hit it like that, you get auto advantage. If you're gonna end up moving out of that spot afterwards, could you hand that aid from the owl to someone else?
oh yeah, you're right. You do have advantage there. So yeah, when Char flew down, when Char flew down to give aid, I would like the help action to go to Ori.
That's in,
'Cause I
well, I
already
mean,
have it.
can it be, well, you can put it on the creature so that anybody that hits an X would get the advantage, right? Because I'm just saying that even if
I
it's not
already have
me,
advantage, and I'm burning it twice. You are correct. I didn't notice that.
no,
But yeah.
but I mean, like, I don't think I'm gonna get to my turn, so maybe the next person that hits it could get that advantage.
Well, wouldn't
I
they
don't know
get
if that
that?
works
Well, I guess it depends if they use range. If they use melee, I guess they'd get the advantage anyway, just because they can't help but flank it as they come in the door.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, do I stop there or do I move up this way? Which is still technically flanking, or no?
It's flanking if you're opposite of somebody else who's standing next to him. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, these are the only flanking spots based on where he is right now.
right, the idea would be you hit it now, then just move a hex or two around him, and then the next person that hits it in melee, I guess you're right, it's
So,
gonna be auto to advantage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, either way.
okay. So yeah,
I mean, if
could
you're
do.
really concerned about it, I guess you could have Char do a ready type thing, basically just to opt to help somebody, the first person who does a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In that case, he's gonna have to just, as he swoops in, to do that. I'm gonna run in. I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. How are you feeling, Pico? I'm gonna booming blade. How does this work?
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay.
I believe it doesn't do anything unless he moves, but you definitely hit.
And then I have to do the one-handed. I need to set this up better. I haven't yet. So my one-handed is going to be
So 5 points.
5 slashing damage. Yeah.
Right, so yeah, slash into him. And yeah, you definitely hurt him.
All right, and then I shall finish my movement like right here, so somebody else can come in and start beating on him.
Yep. That's the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
All right, Davok, you are now covered in this oil. You are vulnerable to fire. You're hurt, but the creature's in a straight line right in front of you. What are you going to do?
Backwards, am I out of range of? Actually, we don't know, do we? Okay, I guess I'll.
Well, it's going to be a while before we whittle it down enough that it'll explode.
Shoot it real quick, and then move out of the way.
Okay, you're going to shoot it with your spell. All right, that's a hit. All right, 6 points of damage. Fair enough. All right, Ire, the creature standing in front of you. You are covered in the oil. What are you going to do?
Okay. Step into the room, flail in hand, and I'm behind this guy. Do I get advantage?
You do get advantage.
Cool. Yeah, he's getting the flail.
And that's a hit.
Oh, I didn't even roll with advantage.
You can roll again. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, so you beat him for 6 points of damage. All right, Galen.
All right,
You-
I'm gonna move in as well.
Yep.
2, 3. I won't end my turn here, but I want to strike here for the flank advantage.
Fair enough. Go for it.
Okay. We're gonna bust out the big guns on this one.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
Okay. And let's see how much I do.
And this spell's not fire, so you do your full 25 points of damage.
Yes, sir.
And at this point in time, before you move, as he gets below half hit points,
Oh.
you see him shaking, and you see this burning heat erupt from him, affecting everybody who's adjacent. So go ahead and make a DC 10 Constitution save, Galen, Ragu, Oreo, and Ire.
Sorry about that one. Oh, I didn't mean to roll with advantage. I'm sorry.
But you did make it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I
Oreo,
think
you take 6 points of fire damage.
Oof.
All right, Galen, now you can finish your turn.
Well, I don't want him to have attacks of opportunity against me, so I guess I should just chill over here, but
All right,
that's probably
so
good for
we're
now.
now on round 2. All right, Oreo, you've been hit pretty badly, but he's also hurting really badly. So what are you gonna do?
Stab him to death.
Go for it.
Yeah.
That is a hit. All right, so you stab him for 6 points of damage.
And offhand.
Okay.
That's also at advantage, right?
Yes. That's a hit. For another 4. And at the end of your turn, this heat wave erupts in a 15-foot circle, which basically affects Oreo, Galen, Ragu, and Ire. All 4 of you go ahead and make DC 10 con saves.
The hell? He's blowing up.
Oh,
So Ire, Ragu, go ahead and take 5 points.
Oh, I got the 10. Okay.
And is that everybody? Oreo, Galen, Ragu, Ire, did you make your save?
I did indeed roll a 1. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you take 5 points as well.
Yep.
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Oreo?
Yeah.
All right. Pico, you see that the creature is badly hurt, but so are some of the people around it. What are you going to do?
I feel like I'm gonna have to apologize, but I'm not seeing any great option other than just going in and stabbing it some more.
Finish
I-
it.
That's a great option, I think.
I agree.
All
I
right.
can save everyone afterwards.
Wait a second. Devok is on the other side of the door right now. He can stabilize us.
All right.
We have a backup plan.
2. Okay, I'm gonna move to where Ire is to do. I guess for Ragu. No, yeah, to make sure I get the flanking.
Okay, you got it.
He's surrounded. You've
You
got the
hit.
flanking no matter what position you take.
And that is not enough to take him out. But
Well-
it is a big hit. Oh, come on. Sorry. All right, that also hits. And that is enough to
2.
take him out. He explodes.
That's what I was expecting.
So everybody in that room make a DC 11 Dex save.
Jesus Christ.
Whew.
Yeah!
Did anybody fail? Doesn't look like
I
anybody
did.
failed. All right, so you have all avoided taking 8 points of damage as it explodes, and left behind is a very small.
No, I go down from it.
Okay. All right. Anyway, it's a very small circular or red orb that was the only thing left of the creature after it exploded, and it is glowing this bright fiery red.
Okay.
Handle
Grabbing
with
out.
care. Don't
Yes.
touch it. It might be on fire.
Grabbing out my tinker tools, I use a pair of heavy pliers, and I go ahead and
You want me to walk through it, by the way?
what's that?
Nothing. Never mind.
Somebody stabilize Pico?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it's- certainly wouldn't mind not being dead.
Oh, wait a
I
second,
got you.
Pico, you got hit?
Yeah, I'm
Shoot.
the only one who did. I accidentally rolled an advantage and I still failed.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I thought you were
Normal
standing
hitting
because you were
speed.
standing on top of Ire. That's why I thought you actually had green in your hit.
All right.
Whoopsie.
So you cast Spare the Dying, and he's no longer dying.
I never expected that cantrip to be as useful as it has been.
You've used it so much.
I know.
Mm.
All right.
I think that's because that should tell us we need more healing going into these things.
But we only have
All right.
two
That'll
stalls.
Very
help.
carefully put it.
Yep.
Very carefully put it in a little glass bottle and
Okay.
pocket it or
Fair enough. It is warm, but it's not burning hot. All right, you have the object in the creature, which was definitely an adolescent. It definitely was far more powerful than any creature you fought so far. So what are you going to do?
We should go bring this back to the guild immediately.
Is there? Yeah.
Can
Is
I-
there a way
can I
for
make
me
a
to
quick
get the oil or whatever was off to get this
Yeah,
exhaustion?
actually, what happened is once the creature died, the oil kind of just fell away. You were no longer exhausted.
Okay. I want to
Mm,
actually
I-
search this rubble here, whatever this is.
So those are four of the stone bodies.
Gotcha.
You search around the stone bodies, but you don't find anything.
can
Now, as
I
long as I'm on the
search-
ground unconscious and quote unquote resting, can I actually burn my hit die to recover hit points while they're doing their stuff?
Fair enough. If you haven't spent it yet, go ahead and spend it now.
can
I thought they already
investigate
stabilized you, didn't
They
don't we
did.
have any more
Oreo's been
healing?
trying to talk for a while. Can you let him speak?
Can I investigate where the thing has been laying at for a while now, just to be sure that there's like nothing left, like eggs or anything like that?
Fair enough. You go and you search, and in the pile you do find one egg.
Wow.
One egg.
One egg, yes.
We only need two, right?
Well,
Yeah,
we can
we've
throw
already
that
got
third
'em.
one up there if it's a special egg.
Does it look any different than the one?
No, it's fresh. It's definitely warm to the touch.
Ugh.
That one would last the longest before hatching.
Maybe, but
It's
why do
true.
we
Yeah.
need more than two? Like,
Well, I mean, maybe like switch it out with one of the ones we have upstairs and break one of those, just in case they
Okay.
decide to, break out.
then I'll take it upstairs once we get upstairs. So I'll say for now that I have it.
Fair enough.
I'll hold on.
Yep. I'll just go ahead and move you guys then.
And, well, actually, hold on. Maybe we need to. I'll probably want to seal the basement up anyway. Although, do we want to go ahead and take the time to go ahead and. We might want to really ransack everything, because we really don't want to miss any eggs.
That is true. We
Yeah, we
ransack
might as-
everything. Char can
Yeah.
help with the observation and finding stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking like literally take everything downstairs, throw it in a pile. In fact, maybe if the ceiling was stone, we could even set that on fire down there just to make sure that it's all nice and good and destroyed.
Remember, though, will fire hatch the eggs or destroy them?
Yeah, I don't know if we should use fire on stuff.
Fire is a bad choice.
And the next question is, are we going to have to keep some of this crap open so that the guild can send their people down for more advanced reports? I mean,
Well,
we still have to
Rigo-
come up with proof and evidence of who brought this thing in.
Don't you? Well, yeah, that's true. Well, but that still shouldn't change the. Well, okay. So we don't set it on fire, but I think we still want to take it down in the basement so I can seal it up. And that's going to give us a chance. And since we're ransacking everything like that, it'll maximize our chance of finding any clues.
Okay.
All right, so
I
you're
like that.
basically ransacking the basement and doing what else?
Yeah, we'll search the entire basement and then take everything from the upper floor down into the basement into a pile.
Okay.
The idea is that if we literally empty out this top and put it down there, then when we seal everything up, if we somehow missed something, it's still sealed downstairs, not upstairs.
Okay, fair enough.
As speaking of the downstairs, that one really big heavy brick that Pico made us pick out of the floor,
Yep.
will that fit nice and neat and square right on top of that little sewer grate hole so there's no back door exit?
Yep. That will work great.
Was there only the one back door exit?
Yeah.
Look to make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, yeah, you put it on there, you move everything down there, you search everything thoroughly, and during the process of searching, you happen to come across another 25 silver. Apparently, it was leftover money that was somehow lost. And you probably spend a good hour or two working on all this stuff, and by the time you're done, it's dark outside.
Do you want me to carry that, or who's writing that down?
I don't know who found it, so that's why I'm not speaking up yet.
Yeah, I don't know who found it. It's one of you found it as you're searching. You guys can decide amongst yourselves who that is.
I can carry it for now. I'm unencumbered. Then we can divide it up later.
Sure.
All right. Did we find any actual clues or just some cash?
Unfortunately, you just found cash.
Well, I did
No
find
actual
the
clues.
spare. Well, the spare clothing is still tied to Furley's, which I got from the chest earlier.
Yeah, it looks like there was some broken barrel, or there's plenty of broken barrels, and you found cloth and similar stuff. So yeah, you're pretty sure the things you found on the creatures did indeed come from here. And you also know that you definitely killed the adolescent, or at least a adolescent.
Oh.
Yeah, a adolescent. And since there was like a hatch down to the sewers, before I put the big heavy block on it, can I look down there to see if there's any track or trace in the mud?
Sure, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. With advantage with char or no?
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah,
You
that's
don't see anything. It's too dark, and even with your owl, you're having trouble making out details. At this point in time, it would be dark outside, so.
yeah. I just put the grate on, put the big heavy rock right there.
Yep.
Make
How
sure
heavy
everything's
is the
dark.
chest with the 3 eggs in it?
Let's see. 3 eggs?
Well,
No, we
have-
really want to maximize it too, because in case of our luck, these things hatch or whatever. I mean,
It's about okay, with 2 eggs, it's about 150 pounds.
Okay.
Which
Well,
I can actually carry back just slow.
so someone break one of the more, I guess, older ones, and I'll put the fresh one in there if you guys want. So that way, if for whatever reason one of them does hatch in the process of getting
Oh yeah,
hatched,
the we had broken shells in there anyway, so just smash one and set the fresh one on top.
sure. So we say we do that.
Okay. So, yep, you smashed all the eggs except for the 2 that are in the chest. You've barricaded the grating downstairs. You've moved all the objects from inside the building downstairs into the basement, searching for clues. You found a little bit of money, but nothing else useful except for confirming the connection between the young and this place and double checking that is true.
Can I make I'm gonna put a mark on the map I've got as to where this exact place is. I mean, I know you said that now we know where it is, but just for the sake of having it for notes and proof later on.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, and you know exactly where it is. It's probably been about 2 hours since you finished the fight. It is dark outside. What are you going to do?
Well, for certain, we've done everything upstairs. I am going to go ahead and seal up the basement. In fact, given the extra time, I think I'm going to scoop out a bit more dirt and, yeah, just really pack that stairwell solid.
Okay. You do so, and it looks like it's solid, and you basically have to dig through it to get through, which will take a long time, obviously.
Okay. The only other thing I can think of is, well, the Kylon Adolescent. How it was humanoid in nature.
It was somewhat humanoid, yeah. The young tend to move around on four legs. This one did tend to move more on two, and if it were to stand up straight, it was almost 6 feet tall.
Because I guess what I'm looking for is, do we know, or does it seem likely that the Kylon was just moving around on its own, or did somebody have to let it out? Of course, I guess the doors were ajar.
The doors were ajar, so you don't know how it got in, but it's possible the doors were never properly locked.
All right. Well, just in case, we'll go ahead and lock all the doors. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. It probably just picked a random hideout then. So, but yeah, we'll go ahead and lock the doors as best we can, just as an extra little safeguard. But yeah, we can go. I was just making, if I thought somebody was going to show up, then it might be worth staking it out. But yeah, in this case, it sounds like that's probably not worth it.
Okay.
So, all right, well, at this point, I guess we can go ahead and head straight to the Nexus Guild with our findings.
Fair enough. So you definitely you head to the guild, and when you arrive, you notice that Elru is already waiting outside for you. And she says she notices you lugging this giant crate or this giant chest. I'm assuming you brought it with you.
Yes.
Yes.
And she waves and says, "Hurry, hurry, come inside." And then she takes you inside. And inside, she takes you to the office. She basically has an area in the office for you to put the chest. She says, "Put it over there, and then have a seat." And then she leaves, and you see Carl sitting behind the desk, and he looks up and he says, "Good news, I assume."
Yes, but first item of business, there are 2 unhatched Kylon eggs in that chest. You might want to know that right now so that that's not a surprise later.
He nods. Interesting. Okay. Then continue. What did you find?
Well, after taking out quite a few hatchlings, we found where the adolescent was hiding. We did successfully kill the adolescent. Ow. We did learn that there's a woman named Janice Masha, was it? Who is apparently behind this whole thing.
No, it might be Janice.
What?
It might
did I say
not
the wrong
actually.
name?
No. It might not
he raises
actually
his
be
hand.
Janice.
Wait one moment. So first, we need to find out. You need to tell me, assuming you figured this out, who let in the creature, and what information do you have regarding that?
No. The person who let in the creature works for the Order. Somebody help me. The Order.
What?
Sword of Vengeance, or no, Sword of Justice or something?
Yes, the Sword of Justice.
He writes
now,
that down.
That person
Now,
is...
That person, how did he get through the gate?
They befriended and paid off a very unfortunate guard. I think he is not good with security. You might trust him somewhere else.
So explain, please, how this guard is connected. And
This
what
girl,
his name is, please.
Well, this is where Janice comes into this.
or
So,
Ice, or Iris, or Shia. I mean, sorry.
well, whatever the person's name is. So, um, there's an individual who basically attracted the romantic affections of one of the guards and used that positioning to obtain a favor and basically convinced him to do a favor for her. And it turned out that the guard found out the hard way afterwards that this favor he was doing ended up having serious consequences. He reported it to a fellow guard, and that's how we found out about that. So yeah, he was kind of an unknowing dupe in the in this.
And I'm taking it from your evasion that you wish to protect this guard.
Oh, no, I'm thinking that he was a dupe. He was innocent and taken advantage of. But maybe his post should not be so
Well, I guess to put it this
security
way,
requirement.
I can understand him not being suitable for guard duty. I guess technically he did do wrong, although he wasn't really complicit in the. I mean,
He
he
got
wasn't
tricked, is what you're
active.
saying.
Yeah.
Yes, I
That's
mean,
fair, but are you willing to give me his name?
his name
Yes.
was Galore.
Okay, he writes that down. Very good.
Oh,
I
we
can
should-
take it from there. All right. So Delore then let this open the gate, so this person from what did you say it was? The Sword of Justice.
Yes. Now this organization, there was a family of farmers. They had two daughters. One daughter was named Janice. The other was named Shia. Now Shia apparently died, but some sort of strange, mysterious death. I'm not entirely convinced, because the parents and at least one woman child of the approximate size and age wearing a bracelet that had her own name on it was all burned to death not too terribly long ago to cover the tracks. So either Shea's dead body was burned in the house, or Shea didn't die and she killed her sister and assumed her identity. Either way, this woman is connected to the order and is the ones that are trying to get the Kylon into the city.
I see. And where does the Sword of Justice come in?
That is the organization that this woman belongs to, who said the Sword of Justice shall take power, and they are the ones that organized. We do not know where they come from just yet,
I see.
but we do have her, and we just need to follow up the food chain.
I see. So
But we didn't think these eggs would wait, which is why we're giving you your report now.
yes, and very very good. And he looks around at you, at all this battle scars, the fire, everything else, and he says, I believe you have done what was asked of you, and I believe that you succeeded with several days to spare. This is but the end of the third day. And so my proposition is I'm going to take this information to my superiors, and we're going to have people looking into this. And in the meantime, you look like you have enough experience now that we're going to start your training. So this mission is complete. However, once we find out more information, there is a good chance that you will be assigned to following up, given your knowledge and your head start. And as a reward for completing your mission, you, as a group, get 1,200 silvers. And then he hands each person, he hands 1 platinum and 10 gold. And he says, this is 200 silvers for each. in more convenient form.
Very nice.
And I would suggest that it is late that you rest and you come back, you go to your various guilds, they will be informed, and then you will begin your week of training. And I feel like a lot of you will grow a lot during that time. And I want to thank you for the excellent job you've done. And don't worry about the loose ends. I'm sure somebody will be dealing with them very soon. Perhaps you, perhaps another, but they will be dealt with one way or another. And then, so Elru, please see them out. And if you have any further questions or information, don't hesitate to deliver it tomorrow or during the day, hopefully. And I wish you luck on your training.
Thank you.
One thought I do have regarding Delore. Granted, I have a feeling that his usefulness in the plot has already gone by, but just in case, it might be worth, making sure that if Janice did try to contact him for whatever reason, that's still technically possible. That might be an avenue for getting a hold of her, just in case.
He nods. Noted. Where is Delore now?
I don't know. He left my house and didn't leave any traces of where he went.
I mean, yeah, we watched him overnight, but then we got the warning about the latest murder, so knew we were ready for a fight. So we pretty much rushed out without really tying up any loose ends.
I see. Well, I will contact some people, and don't worry. He will need to face some punishment for what he has done, but it is not treason. We understand that he was tricked, and I believe you in that. And we will keep
You
it
simply ask for leniency and consideration.
we will keep it as lenient as we can. But the sooner we find him and get it over with, the sooner he can find more fitting work and move on with his life.
Agreed.
All right. At this point in time, Elru lets you out, and I'm assuming that you guys wearily find your way to your home that night. And so I'm going to go ahead and give out experience points.
Before you do that, how much was the money again?
Basically, you got 200 silvers. You got 1 platinum and 10 gold pieces.
Cool. Thank you.
So I put up the experience points. So you got 75 experience points from completing multiple goals. You got 38 experience points from finding clues. You got 100 experience points from encounters, including an extra 25 from the previous session because I was supposed to count the Delore social encounter as an encounter because that's what it was, and I failed to do so. So you gain a total of 213 points. Before we get to learning by failure.
Oh, we maxed that out.
No kidding.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost didn't, but everybody got 2 failures in of consequence.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
got 2 major critical failures. I was knocked unconscious more than I was fighting, guys. What
Fair
kind
enough.
of fighter is that?
It happens. It's because a couple of guys got critical hits on you, Ragu. That's why. It's just those criticals are going toward you for some reason. Anyway,
At least they went towards me and not somebody squishier.
exactly. And that means you did your job as a fighter. Anyway, so yeah, everybody gets an additional 25 from learning by failure. And so what this will do is this will begin your 1 week long rest. And if you look under the campaign information, which I'll go ahead and show, you'll see a link to downtime. And even though technically you are spending your week training, since you have to spend your week leveling anyway, to keep things a little simpler, I'll say you can also spend some downtime during that period as well. So you don't have to do it now. We'll handle it at the beginning of next session. But go ahead and look through the downtime. And you can generally do one thing during your downtime. So look through that and figure out what you want to do. And we'll deal with your downtime at the beginning of next session. And then at the end of your long rest, you'll be completely healed up and refreshed. And your level up will take effect. So you can level up between sessions.
Is training do we have to spend money for the training, or is
No,
the
that's
training-
part of being as part of the guild. So being part of the membership, they include training. That's why they're making you pay for your own home and board after the month.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.